flexible career allows her and her wildly handsome husband, David, to both work remotely wherever the sun takes them. Her passion for connections with her teammates and partnership with Isagenix is making all of her life's goals come true. Please welcome Sybil. She's a 5-star Golden Circle, 2-star Crystal executive, married to her best friend, Michael. Her highest personal accomplishment is being the mother of 4 children. She was born and raised in Arizona. Nicole has an adventurous soul, loves to travel, snowboard, wakeboard, hike, and loves the ocean. She finds joy in helping others regain their health by sharing Isagenix and has truly found her passion in this profession. She has a welcome home winner, she's qualified for the championship cruise, and just attended her first Top Achievers. Please help me welcome Nicole. And next to the stage, we have Wendy Prodia. She's 5-star Golden Circle, 4-star Crystal Executive, and Isagenix Millionaire number 161. She joined Isagenix in December of 2006, but didn't really engage in starting to get serious into 2011. She went from 2-star to 5-star in 18 months. How great is that? In August 2015, she was announced as the 161st Isagenix Millionaire. She lives in Glendale, Arizona, and has 2 beautiful grown daughters with a 7-year-old grandson, Jax. Wendy has been on the products for 11 years and just turned 51 years old in October. Happy birthday! Recognition for Wendy, she was 2012 Rising Star Award, 2012 Woman of Isagenix Award, 2013 Shooting Star, 2013 Millionaire in Action, 2014 Spirit of Isagenix, number 2 Team Ice Derby in 2012, number 6 Team Ice Derby in 2013, number 10 Team Ice Derby in 2015, and Isagenix Millionaire 161. Please help me welcome. And next to the stage is Bethany Krause. 4-star Golden Circle, 4-star Crystal Executive, and part of Team Isagenix. Bethany originally hails from Philly. She spent most of her adult life splitting her time between Breckenridge, Colorado, and Princeville, Kauai. But she now lives in Gilbert, Arizona, and has so for the last 3 years. She's married to Chris, whom she met at age 18. They have 2 beautiful children, Lila, who's 14, and Waylon, who's 11. She joined Isagenix in 2009 to lose a little bit of weight, and her entire family has now been using the products for the last 9 years. Bethany sold her dog daycare and coffee shop and dissolved her contracting business in 2012, and then fully engaged in Isagenix as a business in 2015 when arriving in Arizona. She's a former professional snowboarder and member of the Isagenix athletes, and was just announced at NYKO 2018 as the Business Builder of the Year in the Team Isagenix. In 2013, she was the Woman of Isagenix. She's won 2 Ice Derbies and most recently placed 4th as an individual in the Championship Cruise Challenge. She placed in the top 20 of the $1 Million Challenge and also Summit Influencers in 2017. Part of the 750K Club for cumulative earnings, she enrolls consistently 10 to 20 people a month and is one of her top recruiters in the company. She's helped co-create over 130 consultants on her team. She's working 2 Isagenix positions. Her main position, 4-star Golden Circle, 4-star Crystal Executive, and her other position is 5-star Silver Circle. She's passionate about freeing people from physical and financial pain and living up to Isagenix's vision statement to help the company become the world's largest and most respected health and wellness company in the world. Please help me welcome Bethany Krause. how important posture is when building an Isagenix business. Because of this, each of the women on this stage have worked hard to build their belief in the 5 pillars of success. All 5 of these pillars are essential if your goal is to be 10 feet tall and bulletproof. These are also the fundamental strengths of any successful business in this industry, and some are the factors that others look at when choosing which company to choose in this industry. So, first question I have today is going to be for Nicole and Tricia. Why are the products so important when choosing a company, and what is your belief in the Isagenix products?
All right, well, interesting enough, my story is a little bit different than a lot of people's, because when I found out about Isagenix, I had been praying so hard for a solution, and when it was presented to me, I had 0 doubt. What was the word, guys? 0 doubt that it was going to work for me. And I know that not everybody's like that, but that's how I was. So when I started the products, I went in full. Like, I jumped in with 2 feet. I didn't have the money. I sold my refrigerator to get started. It was a worthy sacrifice because I knew it was going to work. And they did. And they worked quickly. And so I tell everybody, if you're going to go in, go all in, knowing that in 30 days you will feel amazing.
Woo. Fantastic.
Yeah, so I'm we joke about this because we didn't get along so well. I was opposite, guys. I was so skeptical. And you're going to come across those people who are like, absolutely not, I don't want anything to do with this, don't talk to me. Because that was me. I avoided attending Kirkpatrick for 15 months. Don't talk to me about it, I'm not interested, I don't want it, I'm going to do it my way, I'm going to eat healthy, I'm going to do this. I had tried everything. And I was so stubborn and just not open to something that could change my life. So you're going to have those people in your business, don't give up on them, right? Don't give up on those people. You have this gift to change people's life. I believe 100% in these products. I went from totally vegan, I was going to return my pack 100%. Like, I saved every container. Like, I took the 30-day money back there being serious. Because I'm going to like prove her wrong. It was crazy. I was such a negative Nelly at that time. And I started having these incredible things. I'm starting to sleep through the night. I'm having energy. Like, I have clarity. I focus. Like, what? I'm losing weight? What? Like, it is incredible. But you're going to have those people that are just going to shut you down. There's going to come a point in their life when they're like, enough is enough. I'm tired. I'm sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I'm ready to say yes. So my belief in the products is bulletproof, but it didn't start that way.
And can I just ask, what is the commonality between the 2 of us?
They work.
The products work, people. The products work. Doesn't matter if you're a skeptic or if you're real. Your posture has to be so strong because you are going to have customers join that 4 days in say, this is crap, it doesn't work. And you have to be able to say, yes, it does. Stay the course. Like, do not quit. Stay with me. 30 days, sexy back, money back.
Love it. Absolutely love it. So my next question is going to be for Nicole and Sybil. Isagenix aside, why do you love this industry, and what is your personal belief in network marketing?
Okay, I'll go ahead and answer. So I have been in this industry for 23 years, and so pretty much my whole life, because I'm like 35 now. But it's really wild to think about that. I mean, 23 years, and I raised my children in this industry. My children don't know anything else. They thought everybody's mom went out and did what I did. So I'm thrilled that it really did have an impact on them. But my belief is bulletproof. It's a 10. I was actually shopping for a company to work with that was related to health and wellness. I've been in another company. We did a lot of demos with cookie dough and pretzel rolls, like you heard. But I was searching for a better comp plan. I was searching for residual income. I was searching for a binary comp plan. So I knew exactly what I was getting to be a part of. Actually, I didn't know what I was getting to be a part of. It actually has gone and surpassed any of my expectations, but I absolutely love it. And so when it comes to people questioning network marketing, I'm a professional network marketer, and I'm proud to say so.
perception of network marketers. Like, oh, like I don't want to be one of them. Guys, I'm so proud. I stand tall now. I'm a professional network marketer. And let me just tell you, if you do not believe in this industry yet, hopefully by the end of today you will. This has changed my financial blueprint. I went from working 3 full-time jobs. I was not afraid of hard work at all. I knew that there was something out there. I was trying everything. I had tried so many different industries. I knew that there was something, and I was searching for that something. And I've always loved to be around people. This is like the perfect storm for me. I was just so close to it because I didn't understand it. Again, you're going to come across those people who don't understand network marketing. It is your job, it is our job to open their eyes to the possibility of what this can do for their life. Because they just don't know what they don't know. And this is not like it's super easy, but it is simple. And if you're open to it, there are so many opportunities in this industry, in this company. You're in the right place at the right time. Can I get a head? It's funny again, still, I love this woman to death. I want you to know none of us are financially linked. We are up here, we have been preparing this for you because we believe in network marketing. We believe in this company and what it has to offer every single one of you. And we love you and we're so excited to present today.
And Nicole, wasn't it true, or isn't it true, that you were sharing shakes out of your trunk with one of your now executives?
Yep, that's true. So I'm going to tell you, you're going to attract what you are. So yes, I had someone who had tried it before and was like, she wanted to do it her way, imagine that, and she was doing 1 scoop at a time from whoever she was signed up with long time before that. And she said it didn't work. She returned her whole pack. It was like, she bought 9-day. Clue right there, number 1, 9 days don't work. And
They work.
Well, they work, but she returned it and she used that 30-day money back guarantee. Yes, I was friends with her and we were doing deals in the parking lot of school and PTO like lounge and stuff. Yes.
So funny. And you know, this is something that Bethany, when I, 4 years ago, was on the phone saying, I'm so sick and tired. She's like, you're not just going to be doing the system. You're going to do the business with me. And at that point in my life, I could never work because my son was my full-time job. But in the pockets of my time, I've built my business. And it's so easy to do. And that quotation, in the pockets of your life, is 1,000% true. When you have that belief, you can do it.
Well, and on that, I was working 3 jobs, you guys. I owned 2 when I worked for someone else.
Yeah.
If you think I was busy, I had 3 kids and sports on top of that.
Yeah.
I found time to build in my life. If you're making the excuse that you don't have time, if you don't have people on your team that are saying, I just don't have time, I could have used that excuse. I really could have. She could have used that excuse. I'm sure many people could use the excuse, I don't have time. We have time. We all have the same amount of time.
We do. It's how we use that time.
And Janina, which pack did I have you start with?
The value pack. It was called the President's Pack back then, but the value pack. Yeah, you need to start your people up for success. And my husband was so skeptical. He's like, keep all the canisters. And we shared it. And after day 3, he's like, you better get online and order more because it took a week to get here. And we're going to run out next week, so you better get on and order more. My next question is for Bethany and Sybil. What is your belief in Isagenix as a company? Is your belief in the owners important to you and your ability to be able to grow your business?
Oh, okay. So my belief in this company is, again, is bulletproof. There hasn't been anything that has happened that I can honestly say that wasn't right. And I can't say that for the previous company that I worked with. That's really important to me, the integrity of this company. I'm very fortunate. I am connected with a team that is connected very closely with Jim and Kathy. I've been in their home. I've been in Kathy's closet.
Oh, cool.
So when you can say that you know what dress she's going to wear because you stood in the closet with her and helped her pick it out, that means that you're pretty close to the owners of this company. And I feel very fortunate to live in the same town that they did. That wasn't necessarily any of my criteria when I first planned it, but I'm so happy to say that I can come here. I was here yesterday, I was here last week, going to Little Call. This is very convenient for all of us locals, but beyond that, I love the mission. If it's not right for the company, it's not right for the associate. And they live by that day in and day out.
not right for the
Yeah.
It's not right for the associates. It's not right for the company. And actually, our motto has changed slightly, right? If it's not right for the customer, it's not right for the company. And that's where I was going to go, Sybil, is, you know, it all boils down to our motto. Our company motto is, if it's not right for the customer, then it's not right for the company. And I truly believe that Isagenix lives that with integrity, day in, day out, like Sybil. I've never seen something that just wasn't right or that you questioned. And also, you have to think back to Kathy Cooper's past and how she got to where she is today. She walked away from being the #1 income earner. I'm still on?
You are.
The #1 income earner from 3 different network marketing companies. I mean, earning a 6-figure monthly income due to lack of integrity, due to them changing things up. So when they decided to come out of retirement, and do all of you know that Jim and Kathy came out of retirement to start Isagenix?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, they came out of retirement, they didn't need the money. You know, they are doing this truly because of their hearts and their passion to serve people. And our vision statement is to free people of physical and financial pain. I mean, that to me, it's just, that gets me. You know, that is my passion, is to help this company free people from physical and financial pain. Because it's just what the world needs. You know, everybody's praying for an answer for their health, whether it be mental clarity, energy, better sleep, weight loss, weight gain. And you know what? Everybody out there is praying for that same answer for their finances. And we have the solution. We have the solution to make the change, to be the change. So who is willing to be bold and help other people out there be the change? So just like Sybil and the rest of these ladies that I'm up here with, I am 100% bulletproof belief in this company, in the owners of our company, and our mission and our vision as to what we're doing.
Fabulous. Thank you. My next question is for Wendy and Bethany. What is your belief in our compensation plan, and why is it superior to others?
Okay, so later on this afternoon, you're gonna hear why, really, but I really, for me personally, I've studied compensation plans, and I'm gonna tell you guys we have the best one in the industry. And I don't wanna say too much right now because it's gonna be on, you know, and I'm gonna show you things that you probably may not have even seen or heard of. And just making sure that you understand how not only you can get paid and really capitalize, but how you can help people get paid, and how truly blessed we are. And I mean, Jim Cooper was brilliant when he created this compensation plan. And I have looked at other companies. I actually, you know, struggled a little bit at the beginning with my belief in myself. So I kind of looked at other companies, and I couldn't find one that beat our compensation plan. And I'm just going to say that, so you'll see why later.
Well, I just want to share a little bit of my financial story with you, if that would be okay. Just so I can build the belief of the compensation plan, okay? When I started Isagenix, I had 3 businesses, like my sister mentioned, and I had 2 toddlers. I did this in the pockets of my life, literally the pockets, the absolute tiniest little pockets of my life, which I barely had any pockets. They all had holes because I was running around like crazy. And within that first 6 months of doing this, I was just a product sharer. I made $16,000 between July of 2009 to January of 2010. I made $16,000. Then my first full year of sharing this in the pockets slowed down a little bit, but I still made 21 grand. And then my 3rd year, I made $36,000 doing this in the pockets of my life. By my 3rd full year, I got a 1099 for $81,000, and that's when I looked at my husband and I said, dang, I really like this. Maybe I should do this as a business. And, you know, we have to sell our businesses, and so that's when I got to work. I started posting my businesses, and I dissolved my contracting company, and I sold the doghouse and the coffee shop, and I just said, you know, I'm going to do this full time. I'm going to impact the world in such a bigger way. I mean, who likes dog fur and picking up after dogs? And I don't even like the smell of coffee, and I'm in a coffee shop. I've never drank a cup of coffee in my life. I was not living my passion. And I finally realized it took me a 1099 to to smack me upside the head to say, hello, God's got an answer for you. Wake up and share this with people. So finally sold my businesses and went full-time with Isagenix, and I'm just so happy to be in Arizona now and be right 5 minutes away from corporate. It's just a wonderful thing.
And something Bethany didn't tell you, she got to retire her husband after just a couple years of going full-time. So that's just so cool to be able to have a stay-at-home dad and take care of the kids, and her focus on helping others. Next question, and the last question, is for Trisha and Wendy. Where was your belief when you got started with Isagenix? What is your current belief in yourself? And why is personal belief so important?
Okay. All right. Well, for me personally, I have, my belief is through the roof now, but I'm going to tell you it's far different when I first got started. So I've been in the company. December 6th will be 12 years for me. So for somebody who, I worked in corporate America and I don't have a college education, so I grew up in that company and I did make a 6-figure income, but it was very hard for me to leave and go anywhere else. So I kind of went through a lot of stress in that job. I didn't love it, but that's all I knew, and since I grew up there, that's what I did. And I ended up being well over 100 pounds overweight when I found Isagenix. And so when I decided to use the products, I just wanted to lose weight. I had no idea it was a business, which is so amazing, because when I figured it out, because it was before Christmas that I signed up and I didn't start until after Christmas, I freaked out again to the compensation plan when I saw I had a team underneath me when I logged in, because 3 weeks had gone by. I'm like, who are these people? And when I called the company, I realized I signed up with somebody in Canada, listened to a radio station, okay? And the company's based in Arizona. My box came from Arizona. It just kind of was like, ooh. And as somebody who struggled being a life coach, could never quit my day job, I decided to go all in, and I did lose my weight. When I decided to quit my job, I was making a couple $1,000s a month. Maybe 8 months later, I did really well my first. But then I didn't know what to do. I was wandering, and I lost the belief in myself because I had no structure. So if you have people that want to quit their job, make sure that they're ready, because you have to. If they're doing it in the pockets of their life, they're busy people, and they're hyper, and then they have all this time, and they're like, what do I do with myself? And that was me, and I ended up gaining my weight back and really not doing Isagenix for a while. And so when I decided to get out of my own way, I lost my weight again, and in 2011 I went to an event and it brought all the belief back for me. I saw Jill Birth win. How many people in this room are actually there when Jill Birth won? Not very many people. That's so crazy. You guys are all so new. 2011. And for me, that just, it made me realize I had to get out of my own way, and I was very vulnerable, and I shared that I struggle with my weight. You know, this is just something I've always done, even though my passion is to help people, and people could relate to me. And from that day on, it took me 3 years to earn $1 million. So for me, it was the best thing that ever happened to me to kind of break me down and bring me back up. But I'm bulletproof now because I serve, and that's what it's about. For me, it's about giving back, and for me to how can I best help them and just get out of my own way.
Woo! Thank you.
So for me, it was a little different. Have you ever heard the saying that for every successful person, there's about 10,000 hours in Hamasine?
Yes.
You guys ever heard that? All right. Well, my childhood was my 10,000 hours, and I spent years and years and years working on my self-belief and my personal development. It was a long, long journey, and one of the key factors to that journey was learning the importance of my environment, because my environment growing up was not a great place for success. And so I started finding the right people and going to the right people and being in the right place at the right time so that I could create a bulletproof environment, and that started to bleed into all areas of my life. And when I started Isagenix, truly, guys, I had a 10 belief in myself. I knew that I could do this, and I was just lacking the rocket fuel to do so. And when Isagenix entered this body, it was the rocket fuel, and I had exactly what I needed to soar. And I'm so grateful for that. But I have a question for you to really let this sink in. I hope it's okay. I'm going to ask you guys, what is your belief, 0 to 10, in this product right here? Just yell it out. 10. Oh.
I heard a 15 in there.
Yeah.
they do in themselves. And you will continue to struggle until that reverses. Because I love this product. I mean, this will literally be in my grave with me. My husband knows which flavors I want with me. But I don't have a stronger belief in this product than I do myself. That's ridiculous. This has to start here. But what's beautiful about Isagenix, because I have wavered a little bit in the last couple of years. Getting pregnant, having a baby, and having to, in a lot of ways, start over, rocked my belief a little bit. Because I was listening to the chicken crap on my shoulder, right? And I've had to build that belief back in the right environment. Isagenix provides that environment. If you are willing to start and stay the course and lean into this beautiful culture, we will build your belief to a 10, even if you're not there yet.
I love to say that Isagenix is like a personal growth program with a compensation plan attached. Yeah. Because I have grown into a person that I always wanted to be, but never dreamt that I could be. It's a wonderful, wonderful feeling, and you will continue to grow. Just because you are who you are today doesn't mean you're not going to be even better and more magnificent in the future.
Can I just add to that?
Sure.
It's okay if this is a compensation plan with personal development program developed or attached to it also.
Yeah.
Like, it's okay if you start making money and you learn as you go.
Yeah.
Right? And that's
Oh,
what
yeah.
we're going to teach you guys how to do that also.
Without a doubt. So thank you so much to our panel. We're grateful for all of the posture and to recognize the importance of building strength in each of the pillars. We know that as we practice and as we learn, our belief will grow until we become 10 feet tall and bulletproof. We don't have to be invincible today, but if you commit to this endeavor, and with time and the support of all of us, you will become so as well. Thank you very much.
All right, let's get some music for just a minute. I need my song. You can't play this low. Come on. A little more volume, guys. A little more volume. When's the last time you guys did air guitar? Come on. I know they're ready to go in here. Come on, everybody! There we go. Wiggle those hips a little bit, come on, guys. It's sweet from my head to my feet, yeah. All right. That is the most karaoke you will ever see from me. All right. Here we go, here we go. Arizona, thank you guys so much for being here. Have you already received something of value? Already. I don't know what's going on, but exercising Halloween demons back here. All right. Thank you guys so much for being here. We are here to wake you up. Are you ready for that?
Pour some sugar on me.
I have my water bottle in case I get thirsty. I forgot it, but then somebody gave me one, so we're good. Thank you guys so much for being here. How many of you are just getting started in the business of Isagenix? Raise your hands, big crowd. Alright. We got a lot of newbies in the room. Who was maybe invited today and they don't really know if they're going to be part part of the business or not. They're just here maybe to learn. Maybe their sponsor told them they had to come. 2 days in the product? Heck yeah. All right. And who is so grateful that we have a corporate building right here in our backyard? Thank you. That is the right response, guys. We have yet to truly take advantage of having Isagenix here at home. And Arizona is ready to take off. We have been building the blocks, building the foundation for so long. I mean, it started here, guys. It started here. And I want you to think about the numbers in Isagenix. There's about, what, 600,000 associates in Isagenix? How many people live in Phoenix? What, how many?
8 million?
Around 8 million? All right, do you think we have room to grow? How many millionaires are in Seattle, Washington? Do you guys know? Isagenix millionaires.
A whole lot.
A couple? All right, a couple? A few? A lot. All right, we have such an ability to grow here. And it's going to happen as we start waking up. All right, without vision, we died. Without vision, we died. Guys, I want you to really think about that. I want you to think about the last time you were at an airport and you walked around. And I want you to think about the energy you were surrounded by as you walked to the airport. How about the last time you were in Walmart? I want you just for a moment to bask in the energy of Walmart. And I want you to ask yourself, is there a need for what I have?
Yes.
1,050%, how we said earlier, 1,050%. There is such a need. But here's the kicker. How do we bridge that gap? Like, how do we help these people that are literally like walking zombies, you know, wake up? I mean, why do you think there's so many movies and TV shows about zombies right now? The producers don't have to look very far to be inspired. That's all I'm going to say. All right? We have such an ability to change the world. And if you have a 10 belief in these products, then let's start changing that vision. I want you to ask yourself some really serious questions today. And if you are not in alignment with the vision and dream and goals and ambitions that you have, then we've got to start making some changes. And here's what's so beautiful. The trainers here today, they are here today to help you start achieving that. We're not here to share our stories. We did it early on, guys. We got it out of the way so that the rest of the day is about you. 100% about you. So Cal asked you guys earlier, why did you come today? What were you hoping to get out of it?
Knowledge.
Knowledge.
Skills.
Skills. Because skills are the key, right? Practicing those skills. What else? Results. You want to actually see it? You want to feel it? You want to experience it? How do you want to live? Work with me for a minute. Nobody's going to hurt you, I promise. Close your eyes. Close your eyes. You go to bed. Close your eyes. I see you. Both of you. You're in your bed. You wake up tomorrow exactly where you want to wake up. You wake up to the most luxurious bed, feeling completely safe and grateful and excited to get out of bed because you have the life you have worked forever to find. You have exactly what you want. What does it look like? What is your first step going to be? What does the ideal day look like for you? I guarantee guarantee it looks different for every single one of us. So what does it look like for you? Who is the first person you see in that day? What is the first thing you do in that day? And what beautiful emotions are attached to it? Open your eyes. A really good friend of mine who I work with every single day, we're in a little thread together, and we started that a couple years ago. Her name is Jessica Rigner. Most of you have heard of her or know her. She is a beautiful woman, and she has taught me the importance of affirmations and the importance of meditation in the morning and starting your day out right. And this is the first step. You have to believe that you can do the things that you want. So when you're laying in bed and you're half asleep, you know that moment where you're like, did that really just happen? Was that a dream or is that real? Like you're not really sure if you're awake or asleep. You know what I'm talking about? That moment? That is when your subconscious is fully awake. Your subconscious is fully awake and your conscious is like, I don't know what's going on really. Those are the moments to sit and lay there and reflect and meditate and start visualizing exactly what you want. Because when you do that enough, your conscious starts to believe it's true. And then what happens when you believe it's true? Your actions start changing. Your actions start changing. All right? What do you want to accomplish before you die? Who has a bucket list? Come on, who has a bucket list? Like a real bucket list that you actually look at once in a while. Yes? I started one in high school. Can you believe that? I still have it. It's in my wallet. I don't know why I started that. Somebody told me to when I started. Like a teacher, a great teacher who understood this stuff. And guess what? Most of the things on bucket lists are actually, they've actually happened. It's amazing to me. Because I just made it happen. My subconscious believed it was going to happen, and so it did. How many of you are really using and utilizing that bucket list? What do you want to do before you die? And what is it going to take? Like, what does your life have to look like in order to do those things? What's the saying about insanity? You guys are like Gold Star class. If you've heard this, expecting the same results by doing the same thing over and over, or expecting different results, but doing the same thing over and over and over again. How many of you have been caught doing that? Come on, let's be honest, because I know that I have. How many of you have been doing the same thing over and over and over, wishing for something totally different? How about since starting Isogenics and seeing the incredible stories like the ones you just heard? How many of you have been like, I want to see that, I want that, I need that, I know I need that. It's like, look at my bank account, I need this to happen, I want it so bad. But then your actions don't change. Anybody? Okay, well, we're going to learn all about that later. The success is what happens when action and grit and perseverance and dreams all come together. All come together.
Amen.
Right? Here's what's so beautiful. And I know that all the leaders in this room would agree with me. There is nothing better than sitting in front of someone and looking in their eyes and heart to heart having a real conversation. A real conversation. Who are you? What do you want to be? Where do you want to be in 5 years? What do you want to change? Why? You hear the questions I'm asking? As you start asking the right questions, you will then have the ability to start painting the right picture. And that, guys, is the key to doing really well in this business. A leader is the one who's going forward, showing everybody else what is possible. And without vision, how can you do that? So I want you guys to just take a minute. I want you to turn to your partner, and I want you to ask together. We're gonna do it together, right? This is brainstorming your vision. Everybody have a partner? All right, raise your hand if you do not have a partner. All right, networkers, calm down. Okay. You guys have the first skill down. You're social. Good. All right, let's start asking the questions. What life would you like to create for your family? We got to go fast through this. You're going to get a picture of this so that you can do it in depth later with those that you really love and your team and everybody you meet in the future. All right, ask each other. What life would you like to create for your family? I'm going to post a couple, guys. Okay, hold up for 1 second. 3, 2, 1. You guys are awesome, like awesome. Let's do one thing as we move forward. Let's commit real fast. I need 100% commitment from you guys that you're gonna play all out.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so raise your hand if you commit to play all out. Okay, keep your hand raised if you are committed to trusting the person in front of you. You can trust me too. The person you're talking to. I hope you trust me. All right, keep your hand raised if you will tell the truth, only the truth, and always the truth. Guys, as you were answering these questions, you can lower your hands. You guys are awesome. As you were answering these questions, you just promised the entire room to play it 100% to tell the truth. Don't be telling each other surface stuff. I want the real dreams, the real truth. Don't share what you think they want to hear. Don't share what you think you're supposed to say. There is no rules of what the goals are. Some of you want to earn $30,000 a month in Isogenics. Some of you want to cruise around the world in your brand new yacht and you're going to live on it with your dogs. All right? Some of you just want to make an extra $5,000 and put all your kids in sports and stop stressing every month. Tell the truth. And go. I looked around and saw tears being wiped away, I knew that you were doing it right. Does anyone here want to share briefly maybe something their partner said or what they said personally that really just like really tugged at the heart? We got two.
Oh, Mike.
Yeah, sorry.
My partner. Oh, the question.
John?
That's me. I can go.
There you go. It's on. Get on?
For the question, what would you, I'm trying to think what it was. Create. Can you guys all hear me?
Yeah.
What do you guys want? What would she want to create financially? And I love how she said she, to the point with her wealth, to be able to share and help other people. So that's true to this real characters here.
Hey, I'm Allison Lindstrom from Gilbert, Arizona. And so, what my friend shared, it's actually a little bit different than probably what you might expect, but it's tugged at my heart because I know this pain. And so she was talking about what she wanted, and she actually struggled with, she wants financial freedom, but she also wants one, right? So when I asked her what she would do with it, there's a little trouble putting that into words because I think it's so common. I think most of us understand this feeling when you're so in the daily grind and feeling so limited that you no longer know how to dream. Can you raise your hand if you ever felt like I don't know what I want? I know that feeling, and that tugged at my heart because I know that feeling before Isogenics, and then seeing what's totally possible. I dream like so huge now. I just really love that.
Anybody else want for Stacy? Why is it that as adults we stop dreaming? We've got to figure that out, guys. Why do we stop dreaming?
We're taught to compete from square number one, and that makes a group and a team hard to build because nobody's willing to reach out and help the other person. Give a person a hand up, not a hand out.
Yes.
Empower them to become who they are, and you receive the same empowerment back.
Yes. Yes. Competition can play a factor in, I guess, not dreaming anymore. Not knowing how to build, how to do it with a team.
I was just going to say when we're young and we're dreaming and then things start happening to us and we make those things, we see those as our reality. And so we are no longer able to see that that's not our reality. That's just things that are happening to us that are, and so it's hard to see through the reality that we start in.
Right. So life starts happening and that becomes a reality. You can become in like survival mode, right? You're just kind of doing what is handed to you rather than what you want to do, right? Being dictated by others, yeah.
I think a lot of times if you grow up struggling, especially financially, you don't have anything to dream about because you know it's never going to happen. If you grow up poor and you don't know even where your next meal is coming from, or you know you'll have a meal, but it's going to be this big and you're still going to go to bed hungry, what is there to wish for? What is there to hope for?
Yeah.
When that's a day-to-day, ongoing thing, then you just kind of let it go.
So she's saying,
as an adult, then it's like, I don't even know how to do that anymore.
right. So she's saying that if you grow up in that environment, it's really hard to create a new environment, a new reality if it's all you've ever known is struggle and hardship, right? Okay. So a lot of things happen to us as we start to grow up. What I want you to understand, and this is so important, guys, is that environment is key. And if you want to change your reality, start changing your environment. Start putting yourself in the right place, around the right people. If you don't want to be a part of negativity and gossip and just crying, complaining all the time, stop hanging out with negative people that are always complaining, always suffering, always struggling. Be the change. Be the catalyst for change. I will tell you something. that is always going to be the truth as you start enrolling people. Every one of your customers are going to come in differently. Every customer is going to come in at a different preparation level, with different desires, different goals, a totally different past. You have the ability to ask the right questions, to get to their heart, to push away all the crap, all the lies, and find out what's real. And then you get to say to them, and we're going to skip some of this, you get to let them know that it is possible, that you're going to hold their hand, that you're going to help them through it, that you're going to create a new reality. And it's not going to happen tomorrow, but it's going to happen. If you're scared to train this stuff, where can you go to train your team? Where can you go to help them start dreaming and believing? Events, guys. Isagenix has provided that for you through online training, through calls, through local events. You have all the resources. You don't have to do this alone. Life will continue happening. Life will always continue happening. And every time a wrench gets thrown into my life, I grab somebody strong and I say, don't you dare let me fall. Every time I struggle with my self-belief, I turn to someone who I know believes in me, or at least believes in themselves, and I pull from them. Do it. Do it until you have your own belief, and you can start painting your own vision. And once you can, it is then your responsibility to paint a vision for everybody else. Every customer that comes into your life, you paint that vision. You show them what's possible. You plug them in. Do not be their savior. It's not possible. Plug them into the community. Plug them into the right environment, because the environment won't let them down. I'm going to keep going real quick as we finish up here. You guys got me all excited. What you're doing today can impact the rest of your life. You can be the catalyst for change, guys.
Right.
You can be that bright light that inspires. I know you might not believe that right now, but I promise you it's possible. If you don't have people in your life that believe in you right this second, find them. They're out there. I promise you they're out there. All right. It is now my honor to bring up a very, very good friend of mine who was a customer that came in because of a friend. And this woman has completely changed my life. When we talk about being a catalyst for change, this woman is a catalyst for change. When we talk about finding the right people in your lives that will help you build your dreams, this is one of those women. I pray that you guys can listen to the stories that you're going to hear today. We have several stories that are going to be coming to the stage. A lot of them are the first time ever sharing their stories. So as you really pour in your heart to them and just pray for peace of mind so that they can get through their stories, also know that these women today could be in your business tomorrow. They might be in your team right now. There are women that are needing someone to believe in them and to share with them. And a lot of them you would never know are looking. A lot of them seem like they have it all put together. But their lives have been so easy or comfortable or simple. Or maybe they're just so negative that you wouldn't even dare to approach them. Or so struggling that there's no way I'm gonna even touch that. Please be the one that is willing to open your mouth, because I'm so grateful for the people that have come into our lives and for the stories you're going to hear today. So, with that being said, if Ashley Rohr could come up to the stage. There we go. All right. This word, guys. We can check.
Hello.
she awesome? My name is Ashley Orr. That's really cool to have that background. I'm super excited to be here. I am nervous out of my mind, but we all know that when we are nervous, that gives us the opportunity to step outside of our comfort zone and grow. So church, thank you. Yes. Thank you so much for giving me the opportunity to share my story and really to grow. You know, so my story, if I'm being 100% honest, for a long time I really didn't think I had a story. In Isagenix, we have the amazing opportunity to hear stories of people losing 100 pounds or walking into that dark cloud of depression and finally being able to see clearly. For me, that's not my story, but I'll tell you, it wasn't until I started talking to other people and women and hearing of their struggles and trials that I realized I can relate to them. And that I do have a story. So a little bit about my story. I've always been really pretty active. I played sports throughout my whole life. I ended up playing basketball, collegiate basketball at Grand Canyon University, so go Lopes. That really just made my heart happy. But from then I was lucky enough to get married and have 3 beautiful children. Now pregnancy, for a lot of women, including myself, pregnancy is hard, and I pack on weight with each pregnancy. And with my last pregnancy, I gained 80+ pounds. And I remember looking into the mirror, and I did not recognize who that person was. My joints hurt, I physically hurt. And I remember the physical pain that I had, but that didn't touch the emotional pain. My self-confidence was the lowest it had ever been. And I remember, and we all know, when we feel bad about ourselves, does it just affect us? No. It affects everyone in our lives, how we are as a wife, a mom, a daughter, a sister, even a friend. And it wasn't until my best friend, Jody Page, reached out to me and said, actually, you have to try this nutrition. It is awesome. And I'm so glad. She said, actually, give me 30 days. You either start to get your sexy back or get your money back. And I said, what do I have to lose? So I did. 14 days in, perk of energy. I had a new work at home and I had energy. I'm like, this is awesome. I started to resemble and feel my old self come back. And it was one of those where I realized this stuff is incredible. But that's not even what I'm up to date. I'm 35 pounds down and 32 inches. That's not even what I'm most excited about. It has become a true family affair. My husband works for the Gilbert Police Department, and he is grateful for first responders for sure. He's a true product believer. He loves the system, and he's noticed it so much. I am grateful for his career choice, but I have to tell you, the Isagenix financial compensation, we have dreams and visions as a family, and I am so excited that we both believe that we can achieve those dreams. So I mentioned it's a true family affair. This is where I'm talking my heart. Okay. I have a beautiful 8-year-old daughter that has already expressed to me body image issues. That she's not skinny like her friends, that she wishes she was a different body shape. And as a mom, that is so hard. You feel like at times that you have failed her. But I gotta tell you, it is such an incredible tool that Isagenix provides, that I can look at her and teach her about and educate about proper nutrition and say, honey, it is about being healthy and strong. And that mom is not on a diet. I am at a forever nutritional way of life. And it has been such an incredible tool to be able to teach not only her, but my other two children. And it is a passion of mine that I'm going to educate other families and share with them these tools. And I will never, ever stop doing that. And that is, I'm going to change it. That is the beginning of my story.
Thank you so much, Ashley. Beautiful? Does she have a mission? Does she have a vision? Yes. Thank you. Thank you so much. Now I'm going to bring up Bethany for our next training piece. Let's hear some music. Let's get up. Come on, guys. We got to get up. We're not going to let these bodies fall asleep today. We got to get up. Move it. There we go.
Your house payments, a student loan. Keep those hands up so I can see them. All right, a little bit more. You're kind of in the middle lane. All right. And then how many of you share Isagenix full-time as a business in hopes of creating financial freedom for your family? Raise your hands, proud and high. Awesome. I love this. So we have a great mix of people in the room today. And so what I want to share with you is regardless of what lane you're in, there's 3 things that I want to cover, okay? 3 things that you really want to think about that you want to put into your life if you're in this room and you're part of one of those 3 lanes. So first one is you want to create your space. So I'm talking to the lane 1 people right now. Ready out again? Raise your hands, lane 1. Okay, so let's talk about your space. Do you typically share Isagenix using your phone? Okay, so that's how I started. It was just, some messages here and there on my phone. I didn't really have a space that I worked, because it wasn't my work. I had 3 businesses, and this was just a little hobby in the pockets of my life. But lane 2, the lane 2 people, ready out again? Raise your hands. Okay, lane 2, you may have like a laptop on your kitchen table, right? That might be your space that you're kind of sharing Isagenix. And then lane 3, you probably have a full-on office. You love your office. You're proud of your office. I love my purple office. It is like, I am so inspired when I'm in my purple office. So it's really important to create that space and know that this is where I'm going to do my Isagenix business, okay? And then again, regardless of which lane you're in, you want to set a schedule. So if you have, if you're in that lane 1 there, you want to think about how much time do I want to spend sharing Isagenix just to get my products paid for? Is it an hour a month? Is it 2 hours a month? It's pretty minimal if you're just getting your products paid for, simply because Isagenix does offer great referral bonuses, right? And if you're in lane 2, what's your schedule look like? Is it, a couple hours a week? Is it a couple of hours on the weekends? Is it an hour a few nights after work each night? So I really want you to think about that, and if you're in lane 2, I want you to write that down, and I want you to stay committed to it, because that's what's really important here is that regardless of what lane you're in, commit to it, and step into it, and say, this is the lane I'm in, I'm proud to be in this lane, and this is what I can put into it, and I'm going to commit to this. And then those lane freers, the full-time business people, this gets really easy to just not do the work, if you're in that third lane. We don't have bosses, we don't have people cheering us on day to day. We are working by ourselves, and we have to be our own motivators. Yes, we have teams and all that, and that's great. But we have to be our own motivators to get out of bed and actually do the income-producing activities. And so what are you going to commit to, those full-time business owners that are looking to create financial freedom for their families? What are you committing to on a day-in, day-out basis? Is it 20 hours a week, or is it 40 hours a week? Or, I know people that just work non-stop, 7 days a week, and I've been known to be one of those people. But I love what I do, and when you don't work a day in your life, when you love what you do, right? That's what everybody says. And that's honestly how I feel a lot of times, because I have retired my husband when he was 40. He's now 46. And, sometimes he'll say, well, I just feel like, I don't know, maybe I should bring in some money, maybe I should get a job, I'm like, you have a job, you do everything for our family, you take care of the kids, and I say to him, sweetie, it's not like I'm up on a roof, like carrying bundles of shingles, I'm helping people change their lives, I love this. So, as far as being in that lane 3, you really do have to commit to yourself, and you need to give yourself a daily method of operation, which I will be covering as well. And then also you need to have a follow-up system. So how many of you right now have a follow-up system for the people that you're connecting with on a day-in, day-out basis? Raise your hands. Okay. And who wants to just give some shout-outs as to what your follow-up system is? If you have something you want to share, is it a whiteboard? Is it a notebook? Is it in your phone? Anybody want to share what their follow-up system is? The man in yellow, please.
All right. The name of people I'm going to call tomorrow, the day before. I also pray for them.
I love that.
So I plan one day ahead.
I love that. I met you at University. I remember you walked in and didn't know anybody, and you were looking for Tanya Kirkpatrick, and I said, oh, she's right over here. Do you remember that?
I remember
That
that.
was me. I remember you.
I know a lot of people here, and I work with a Hispanic market in Phoenix. If you like to me to support you, I have my business cards.
Thank you so much. Thank you for your share as well. Anybody else? What is your follow-up system use? Yes.
I use the matrix, and I actually do the same thing as him. So when I'm looking at my matrix and I'm going back, I write down the names of the people that I need to be following for the next day. What's the matrix? What's the matrix? Oh, that's a whole nother training. Come to CrossFit in a few months when I have my super Saturday. I'll talk more about the matrix, or I can post about it or something. But it's yeah.
Make sure that it's posted on the Associated Current Events with corporate.
Matrix?
Your event.
Oh,
your actual event.
Of course.
Okay, fabulous. Okay, one more share? Anybody else? Trisha.
Filing system.
Trisha has this amazing filing system. She showed us to us, and I was like, seriously, Trisha? This filing system. Do you want to share real quick?
Fast.
Sorry, real fast?
Yeah, real fast. So this is actually from Susan's slides, so I can't take credit for this. She uses a Rolodex. I actually have 31 files, like 31 days of the month, and I just put my new customers when I need to talk to them that day. So if it's the 11th, I put on the 11th, and every day I wake up and I pull out my file for that day, and I have all my contacts.
Brilliant. So I'm going to share with you my follow-up system. So all of you have this printout from today, correct? Does everybody have it? Okay, everybody's given one, right? Okay, perfect. Okay, so the way that I do my follow-up system is I started this back when I started a product page for my team. I didn't know that product pages even existed when I moved to Arizona. I knew nothing about them. And Nicole said to me, well, how do you build your business? I was like, what? I don't know. I do a lot of three-way calls. So once we developed the product pages, everybody in here have a product page that they are part of and that they participate in. Okay, absolutely, awesome. Okay, so, I went back. There we go. Okay, so I started this follow-up system for me personally, and then I ended up sharing it with quite a few people. And I have this 3-ring binded in a binder. And when I meet somebody, whether it's on Facebook, out and about, wherever I am, and I meet someone, I put their name, and I make a little note. I don't usually write their phone number, but I put that there originally, I don't know why. But make a little note as to where I met this person. And also, I put in the first column that says connect, I put the date that I met that person. And I always like to try to follow up within 24 hours, like we're taught, and I put the date on the next date in the next column as to I sent them a personal message through Facebook, or I sent them a text message if I just met them in person and I didn't connect on Facebook for whatever reason. You can use this however you connect with people. So I'm going to go over just my columns real quick with you. So the connect, and then PM means I send them a personal message, or that would be a text message or a phone call or a personal message, a personal reach out to them. And then the next column would be a personal message and add them, and that would be adding them to my personal products page. And then I welcome them in my product page. And then within 24 hours, I send another personal message, following up with them again. And the personal message may not be necessarily about Isagenix. It could just be connecting with them again, reconnecting, maybe something we talked about, the time that we met, just reconnecting with them on a personal level. And then it might be time for a 3-way call. How many of you in the room do 3-way calls? I love that. Okay. Next time we ask that question, I want everybody's hands to be up, because 3-way calls are so important. They are the lifeblood of our business, the lifeblood of our business. And I believe that 3-way calls are so powerful because that third-party credibility really, helps build the belief in people. And then the next one would be to personal message them and present to them. And this may be for you and your sponsor. Your sponsor may be actually doing the presenting. So keep that in mind, that your sponsor may be doing that. You may be watching and learning. Who loves that we can learn while we earn? Pretty awesome, huh? So then you may tag them. So let's say your sponsor does not close the deal for you, right? They're not ready to go just yet. We always hear that timing is everything for people. And maybe right now the timing is not right for them. So they decided, okay, I'm going to think about it. Or what I would do is I'd go back to that phone conversation that I might have had with my sponsor that shared, a little bit of information. When they shared information about themselves, I might have heard that they don't sleep well at night. I might have heard this or that. So I might go back to my product page, find a post about sleep spray, and tag them and say, Susie, I forgot to share with you that we have this amazing sleep spray. And on our phone call with my sponsor, you had mentioned that you have trouble sleeping. Not only does the Isagenix system work as a whole to help you sleep better, but check out this amazing product. So that's, the tag in there. And then you might personal message them again, just checking in, and then hopefully you enroll them at that point. So how many of you like this follow-up system? Yes. Now we're going to get into DMO, Daily Method of Operation. And this is something I learned. There's a great book by Hal Elrod called The Miracle Morning. Have any of you read that book? Awesome. There's a particular one, The Miracle Morning, for network marketers. And it might be called Morning Miracle. I always mix that up. Either Miracle Morning, Morning Miracle. So if you're Googling it, then, check both ways. But during that book, during listening to the audio, I learned about these lifesavers. And these are things that I kind of put into my daily practice here and there, very sporadically, but I wasn't consistent with them. And so what I found by listening to this book is people who are high achievers, like Brandon Burchard talks about, high performers, they will put these lifesavers into their daily method of operation. And they recommend doing, say, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there, 10 minutes, and completing all of the lifesavers within the first hour of waking up. And I've never been one for rules, really. So I kind of broke it down to how I like it and how it works for me. And you'll see that in the next screen. But let's go over the lifesavers and what they are. So the first one is silence. I love that Tricia started with, everybody should start their day with meditation, prayer. Whatever you want to do, you should be in silence with yourself and just let it be. And then affirmations. How many of you in the room do affirmations on a daily basis? Okay. An affirmation, how many of you don't know what an affirmation is? Just one. Okay, can somebody tell her? And then visualizations. How many of you created a vision board? Awesome. I love that. Exercise. Does everybody get daily exercise? Fabulous. Okay, and how many of you like to read? Scribing is journaling. How many of you keep a journal or write your daily successes? Awesome. Okay, cool. So these are our lifesavers. So, like I said, I'm not really much of a rule follower, and so I just kind of broke it down to how it works within my day. So here's how it works within my day. You guys don't have this right now, do you? Okay, I was hoping that we had it for you, but we don't. It's very tiny to read, so I'm just going to go over it with you. So this is how I start my day. This is my daily sheet. I have these 3 whole binded in my binder as well. I start with meditation, prayer time. I get my exercise in, and then I do my affirmations and my vision board intentions. I'll then do a Facebook post just to make sure I am out there in the Facebook world being seen. And then I send my invites out to Zooms, launch parties, and events. I make sure that that basis is covered. And then I will send 20 Facebook messages asking for referrals, which I had gotten that from Jessica Rigner. She's amazing. She had actually posted in Isagenix Business her exact script of what she sends out to people, and she did a training on it, I think last year at NYKO as well. It's phenomenal, and it's great, and when you can print out your Facebook list and send out those 20 messages a day, it's amazing who comes back to you and what happens. And I'll just give you one example. I sent it to a guy I went to high school with. He messaged me back and said, Bethany, this is crazy. I was talking about you to my wife at dinner last night. Now, I haven't talked to this guy in 25 years. I graduated 25 years ago. I haven't talked to him in 25 years. And he says, we need an extra source of income, and my wife needs to lose weight. It's like, wow, imagine that, right? Here I am reaching out to you, and you are praying for an answer. So keep that in mind. I mean, it was really weird for me to send that message to him, you know, but I did. I sent the message just because Jessica says, don't judge, just send, click send, you know, and you never know who you're going to send that message to and whose life it's going to impact. Unfortunately, they didn't do very well, but, you know, that happens too. We got a lesson release. So then, once I'm actually in my office, like to work for the day, I try to follow these little things here where, you know, the matrix that Susan Sly teaches is 3 by 3 by 3. You follow up with 3 people. So I do it a little bit different. I do 5 by 3 by 5. So I follow up and support 5 business builders. Make sure that that's the minimum of the day. That's how many people I support and follow up with, okay? And the follow-up could even be potential business builders. They're not even in my business yet, but they've said that they're interested in the business, right? And a lot of times, so lifesavers, I put that on here so, you know, you had it to go back to, but a lot of times I'll have names written all the way across that sheet, all the way. I'll have 20, 30 people that I've, you know, reached out to that day. And then current cleansers, follow-up and support, 3 people. 3 people minimum. Sometimes it's more, sometimes, you know, I go crazy and I follow up with 20 in one day. So just find what works for you. The next column is new prospects, initial connections, and follow-ups. So it could be reaching out to new people, or it could be following up with people that are potential prospects for you. potential people you want to change their lives. I hate the word prospects, honestly. And then you want to shower 3 people with love. And, you know, we're always taught that the more we give, the more we receive. And so by reaching out to people, and it could just be a simple text. Hey, congratulations on your cycles last week. Or, you know, congrats to your daughter for her, you know, dance recital, whatever it is. Reach out to somebody and shower them with love, and make sure you do that to 3 people every day. And it's not, you know, just telling your husband that you love him every day or telling your kids that you love them. That should be, you know, automatic anyway. Let's see. And then at the bottom here, these are things that I just kind of check off as I go through my day. Read books and listen to audibles or podcasts. So I love to listen to podcasts and audibles while I walk. I like to read before I go to bed. So you find what works with you. Plug into Zooms or calls that are happening on your team. How many of you have a weekly team call? Okay, great. So plug into those. I mean, I always say plug in, listen, learn, grow. You know, if you're not plugging into your team calls, you're really doing yourself a disservice, because that's why they're there. That's why your leaders are putting together those team calls. It's for you to be able to grow. So listen to those, plug into those. Reviewing your weekly team goals. Reach out to your team and say, what are your goals? What can I help you with this week? How can I help you grow? And then nightly success journals. This is the scribing. So you'll notice that all the lifesavers are somewhere within here throughout my day. Would you all agree? Okay, great. And I have one last slide to share. The garden hose analogy. Have any of you heard of the garden hose analogy? Okay. So think of the garden hose, and I learned this from millionaire number 65, Robert and Joy Arthur. Think of the garden hose as you turn on water, and eventually the water comes out the other end, right? But what if you turn it on, and then you're like, psych, turn it off, turn it on, turn it off, turn it off, turn it on? Yeah, water's not going to come out the other end. So the whole idea behind building your pipeline is to turn that water on full force, baby, and let it flow. Because what that means is you're going to bless a lot of lives by just letting that water flow. You're going to have people that are going to be reaching out to you to say, I'm ready to change my life. I'm ready to start Isogenics, whether it be for the physical freedom or the financial freedom. And so let's talk about just some different ways real quick on how you can fill your pipeline or keep that water flowing. Who can you talk to? I want to just have some shout outs. Who can you talk to? Where can you meet people? Ideas. I want to hear ideas from you.
Dollar store.
Dollar store. The gym. Networking events. Expos. Parks. Walmart. Facebook groups. Church. Kids groups. Doctors. Grocery clerks. Everywhere! That's what I was looking for. Everywhere. Everywhere there's people. And they are looking for something. Like we've talked about, they are praying for an answer. An answer, whether it's physically or financially or both. They are praying for something. So people are everywhere. Fill your pipelines. Connect with people and really connect with them, heart to heart. Talk to them, get to know them, connect with them, and then put them on your follow-up sheets. Check in with them. This is the step that everybody misses, is following up with the people that we meet. You know, how many times have you gone, you know, a couple months and go, gosh, that lady I met at Walmart, man, I should have gotten her information. I should have talked to her. You know, I just did that the other day with my sister. Yesterday, I did it. Yeah, I'm guilty. I went on a hike, and at the top, I sat down next to a group of older people, and man, they were talking about their food and what they were going to be taking to the Grand Canyon with them, and somebody had Kind bars, and somebody had this, and somebody had that, and you know what I did? I just sat there. Because my butt was whooped. It was a really hard hike, and I could barely breathe, and I just sat there, and I did not bless their lives. And afterwards, I'm like, what was I thinking? So it happens to all of us. Nobody's perfect. For the most part, though, I will tell you, I share Isogenics with everyone, everywhere I go. And you know, it's because I believe in this company 100%. So that is the end of my piece, and I have the opportunity to bring up my story sharer, Ms. Laren. And I'll tell you how I met Laren. I had a leader in Colorado. I lived in Colorado for 17 years, and her name is Laren, spelled just like this. And Laren met another Laren. And I started hearing about this Laren. I started seeing her name in my reports, and I was like, who is this Laren girl? And then we're on a group of Team Marco Polo, where I hear this beautiful girl, Laren, saying, I live in Arizona, and I'm all alone, and I feel so lonely here, and you guys are all together. And I was like raising my hand, wait a minute, hello, I'm here in Arizona too. So she came to one of our circuit samples, so we just met, we're just getting to know each other, and I'm so excited for her to come up and share her story today. So,
So I've always been someone who goes, like all the time. There's even a joke in the office that I literally run everywhere, and everyone always tells me to slow down. But I'm the slow one in my family. That's the bigger joke they don't know about. So I decided to stop running around the cubicles, and I signed up for my first half marathon last year. But I always believed that I wasn't a runner. But I also believed that runners were healthy. I really, really wanted to be healthy. So I found a training plan, I stuck to my training plan, I meal prepped every week like crazy, and all that hard work paid off when I crossed that finish line. I was overwhelmed with a sense of strength and pride and gratitude for what my body and my mind were able to do in that race and in the 6 months leading up to it. I loved those emotions so much, I signed up for my second half marathon at the end of the year. Woo! Thanks. So I officially ran 2 half marathons in 1 year. I was like, I am totally a runner. I got this. But I still felt so unhealthy. You see, I grew up in a house that was very strict with food. And because of that, my relationship with food was really damaged and really strained. I could read ingredient lists and nutrition labels. I could count macros. I knew how to make good food choices. But I was still frustrated every week having to come up with new recipes, having to skip out on social events because I needed to stay on track. Spending hours in the kitchen not to see the scale move like I wanted it to. And to spend hundreds of dollars just to have my food end up in the trash on day 4 because I hate leftovers. Anybody else? There you go. Okay, I'm not alone. So my whole life revolved around food, and yet I was still unhealthy. So like Bethany said, I met Laren when she came down here last year for NYKO, and she talked with me about isogenics. I wasn't ready to let go of my clean eating habits until April. In April, I was diagnosed with some really limiting food allergies, and all those healthy foods that might be healthy for everyone else were actually causing me insane amounts of stress and inflammation, like strawberries and apples, and broccoli and peas. They're all my favorite foods, by the way. I had no clue what to do, so I decided to look at isogenics again. Isogenics works perfectly with my food allergies. It gave me the nutrients I needed in a quick and convenient way that even worked when I had a crazy travel schedule for work. My body responded and continues to respond so well to the flood of nutrients it gets every day. And the best part, food doesn't control my life anymore. Yeah. Food is now fuel from this machine, this body that I have, to accomplish whatever it is that I need to do or want to do every day. I have insane amounts of energy, as if I needed any more. I'm now weirdly one of those 5 a.m. gym people, and I love it. It's fantastic. I have more headspace to pursue the things that I love, like running and traveling. And I have more heart space to strengthen the relationships with my family, my friends, and my significant other. I'm able to love them because I finally love me. Ooh. For the first time, I feel healthy, and it's because of isogenics.
Wow, thank you so much, Laren. And that is the first time I really have heard her full story. So thank you so much, Laren. That was amazing. doing the planning of the Super Saturday, and one of my dear friends, Nicole Hamiltree, is always saying, Sybil's amazing, Sybil's so awesome. I'm like, I don't know Sybil. And now I know Sybil and her heart and her fun, freedom life that she lives. I just adore her so much. So I'm going to bring back to the stage Sybil Imel.
Heavens to Betsy, don't make me get the microphone out.
Just turn around, sweetheart.
Okay.
Let me look at you.
Thank you, Mommy.
That's not.
No?
How about this? Oh, I do like this. Oh no, I'm good. I'm real good. Anyway, I really want to thank all of you for coming. This is a full Saturday for you guys, and one that really, we hope changes things. We've been using the theme, Raise the Veil. Yeah. Raise the veil that covers so many of us from really getting what we all can have. And I really want to thank corporate for having us too. To be asked to come and speak on these grounds was quite flattering, quite flattering. And to have this building in our backyard, do you guys understand how cool that is? Oh, yeah. So I went and bought those new cranberry bars the other day. Oh, it's a miracle I even left my house. These things are good. And I was talking to somebody, another leader back east, and she was like, we were on Zoom, so I was eating the bar in front of her. She's like, oh, don't do that. How did you get that? I'm like, well, I live, 4 miles from corporate. I live that close to Will Call. It's amazing. I'm good. Yeah. So it's really fun, and I think that we should always just remember that there's a number of our teammates out there that don't live this close to corporate. We've got to remember how amazing this is. This is like some of the best advertising that anybody could ask for. When you talk about Isagenix, most people say, oh, that beautiful glass castle off of 202. Do you understand how much that speaks for the reputation of this company? People know it. People know that Isagenix is making money to be able to build this beautiful building. So just understand that it's part of our marketing. So I get to talk to you guys today about something that I'm so passionate about. Do you guys think that I'm a little social? Yeah. Just a tiny bit social? Yeah. So I'm always the person that they say, oh, have Sybil do it. Sybil will do it. Go send Sybil. Like, push her out there. I'll be the wingman, but push her up front because she's not shy. She's not afraid. She'll say anything, which is kind of true, by the way. I sat here this morning and just shocked the other presenters by putting my false eyelashes on right here in the front row. And they're like, how did you do that? I'm like, I'm built for speed, dude. I got blue, I got my lashes, I got no. So, that's a little bit about me. Does anybody want to hear my financial story? Yes! I can't even believe it. I cannot believe what I'm about to tell you. So I've been with Isagenix for 3 years, a little over 3 years, and I'll just kind of give you my yearly annual earnings because it blew my mind, blew my own mind. I blew my own mind. So my first year with Isagenix, I hadn't been in a full year, and I got my 1099. I made $25,000. I was probably working about 3 hours a day, still being a little bit shy about how to do it, because all of the leaders that I was connected to were all new too. We were all kind of fumbling around like, I think this works, you might try this. Oh my gosh, you should try this. No, you should totally try this. Okay, let's all try everything. And we did it. And I'm connected with Trudy Maples. And I asked her a lot of questions along the way. She said, Sybil, I don't know what that number means. Sybil, I don't know about that report. Sybil, just run. Just run with me, girl. And that's exactly what I did. So, $25,000 in your first year. It was about 6 months in. $25,000. I mean, can I get $25,000 is life-changing for some people. $25,000 is sometimes an annual income for a full-time employee. You want to know what I made my second year?
Yes.
Okay, well just triple that first number. $75,000, you guys. Some rock stars don't make that kind of money. Rock stars. I mean, come on now. $75,000. Pretty life-altering, I must admit. $75,000 allowed us to dream bigger, allowed us to actually move our retirement goal date up. You want to know how much I made my third year? Triple the last number. $250,000. And you know, I didn't even know I made that much. I actually got the notification on an email from corporate that said, please be ready to sit in this particular section at Celebration. We're going to have you march the stage. And I'm thinking, okay, it was probably the $200,000 club. Oh no, it was the $250,000 club. You guys, we can do big things. This year, I'm building a Habitat for Humanity home. All chicks, pink hard hats, pink tool belts. Who wants to join me? You guys, it's about what you can do with the money. I mean, I kind of call it stupid money at this point. I mean, you really don't need that kind of money, you guys. But it's amazing. So, I get to talk about being social, and I get to talk about what might be holding you back from being so social and putting your bloomers on and doing high kicks. Who wants to do that with me? I mean, this is a fun profession. All right. So, have you guys ever heard of an avatar? The word avatar? Yes. So you've seen the movie, right? Oh, there I am. Hello. Let me do this.
Point to the back.
I'm sorry?
To the back. The back.
The back of the room.
There you go. There you
Okay.
go.
So you've all got a handout on your little app, right? That shows that, right? Okay. So when you think of the word avatar, do you think of that? Do you want to see me? Check me out. That's me. That's truly my face. And that's truly my teenage body. No. But I really want you to think about the avatar. We're going to do a little activity right now because you guys have this on your laps. And I want you to think about what has been holding you back from really reaching out to those people that might be in your perfect category to join your team. We're going to go through a little activity, all right? So wouldn't it be great if you could actually reach your ideal client? Just come into their office, get into their living room, get into their head, have them join your team. And wouldn't it be great if you knew exactly what and who you needed to become to attract those people? Wouldn't it be great? Okay, so it's really important that we target market. So it's nothing different than when you're watching the Super Bowl. How many Doritos ads do we see? How many Budweiser commercials do we see? And do you ever wonder why, if you're sitting in your living room watching a baseball game, there's a million Pizza Hut commercials? And does it make you mad? Sometimes if you're cleansing, maybe. But it's business, you guys. They're target marketing you. And how many of you have been sitting home on a Friday night watching like reruns of Hee Haw? And there's a farmersonly.com ad that comes on. Do you guys know that? Nobody's laughing. That is the funniest thing I'm going to tell you today. Farmersonly.com is a dating service. You guys know what I'm talking about? Or is it just because I'm from Idaho? And
work. Okay, FarmersOnly.com is a real dating service. Okay, so do you ever wonder why you only see those ads on Friday night at 10 p.m. and then again on Saturday night after Saturday Night Live has just ended? It's to speak to the people that might be home, that have just come off the tractor, hung up their fishing pole, and they're ready to find their lady, maybe with a lasso. So it's really deliberate, you guys. What they do is deliberate. It is something that you can do too. So I want you to take that little paper that's on your lap, and I want you to think about your perfect avatar. And I want you to do this. I want you to write some stuff down. So get it on your little lap, and I want you to first of all identify what is the age of the person that you're trying to attract. And I'll just give you a little hint. It's usually a younger version of you. So just a few years ago. What's the gender? Again, usually the same as you. And obviously we want to attract everybody, but if you have to be specific and you have to target market, this activity is going to help you a lot, okay? So, do they have a sense of humor? Do they do high kicks and their bloomers and fish and golf? Do they, are they political? You know, we vote here pretty soon. That's something that you might have in common with people, an affiliation. Are they artistic? Are they wine lovers? Are they foodies? Do they go to the gym? Are they new mommies? Are they old mommies? I'm 52, by the way, so I might just do this big old kick here in a second. Pull out a hamstring or something. Anyway, are they old mommies, new mommies? Are they empty nesters? Are they theater buffs, sports buffs? All of these things matter. You guys were given a list earlier. That same list applies here. Just check it against who your avatar is. These things allow you to then determine when you should post. Should you post a post for a sports buff on a Sunday afternoon while they might be watching an NFL game? Probably not, right? Should you post a breastfeeding post? I know that kind of made you choke, no? At 10 a.m.? These things are important. I want you to think about that. When is the perfect time to be posting for your particular demographic, for your particular avatar? My avatar, you guys, was a few years ago, a younger version of me. I was desperate. I was trying to find a purpose. My purpose had just graduated from high school and moved away from me. I've got 2 children, adults, both graduated now, but at the time, my purpose had just moved away. I was very lonely. I was looking for additional income. I wanted to find a way to reinvent myself that didn't involve me going and getting a full-time job. I had just lost my father due to complications from open heart surgery. I decided that year to take my own health into my own hands. These are all things that my avatar is looking for. 52, a lot of people in my same demographic from my hometown, as a matter of fact. But I want you to think about that. Just think back to what post it was that made you be interested in Isogenics. Was it a post? Was it a social face-to-face? Did somebody reach out to you? How was it for most of us? Was it a post? How many of us were interested because you saw a post? Yeah. How many of you were just called up and said, hey, you came across my heart today? Okay, 1 or 2. Okay, people need to use their dang phones. How many of you met in a coffee shop or a girlfriend dialed you up and said, hey, let's go and talk about something that I've just recently discovered, okay? So the majority of you guys would have to say social media posts, correct? That's kind of the consensus here. So imagine if you got to be really, really good about the time of day that you should post. We're going to talk about that and how important those things are. What about places to go and hang out? If you're a golfer and your avatar is a golfer, might you find yourself at Ocotillo Golf Club? If you want to attract more of those guys. If you are interested in
Makeup, might you hang out at Sephora? You should, by the way, because it's fun and they've got lots of glitter. Yeah. But these things are important. Are you guys kind of getting it? Then we can be a little bit more deliberate with who and what we do in our daily lifestyle with our posts. You getting all that? So the first half of your avatar page, people do have pains and frustrations. I'm going to click to that really quick. They also have fears and implications. And oftentimes we can touch on those a little bit more if we know who they are. This first half, with the pains and frustrations, fears and implications, I was easily able to identify when I was actually interested in this company, right at the very beginning. This second part, though, I wouldn't have been able to say what my goals were, what my dreams were. I wouldn't have been able to say what my aspirations and my desires were. It wasn't until I became a part of Isagenix that I was able to fill the rest of this out. And that might be the case for most of your people. Obviously, everybody out there is looking for a solution, and we have it. So, again, I just want you to think about what you can do with your avatar now that you might have he or her identified on social media, but I also want to talk to you about what you can do socially when you're out and about. So we'll cover that section. That's not me. What that is. Check her out. She's kind of purple. Yeah. Anyway, and I would never wear those Daisy Dukes. Never. I never have. Okay, so you've got to be social, all right? And what does that mean to you guys, being social? Does it mean that maybe you got to leave your house? Isn't that where the good stuff happens? People that don't leave their home are withholding the gift. And I really use that term a lot. Don't withhold the gift. Don't choose for people whether they need to be exposed to something like this. Withholding the gift is so selfish. And I don't really want to call anybody out here, but can you understand what I'm saying? That if the person that enrolled you had withheld the gift, you would be sitting here today. I would have never had the opportunity to make the kind of income that I've made in the last 3 years. That matters, you guys. I'm so thankful that people did not withhold the gift. It's not your decision to make. So think about that. And what is really holding us back? Is your fear bigger than your why? I heard that the other day and I thought, oh, I've got to talk about that. Do some of you not even know what your why is? Have some of you experienced a shift in your why? Last week's theme in our team was shift happens. Own your own shift. And I love that because we are experiencing shift. The fact that we're here at corporate talking about money, the fact that we're here at corporate not really talking about the value pack a whole lot, are you feeling a little bit of a shift? We're going to be bold this year. We're going to be bold with the business because it's life changing. And the fact that you're here tells me that you want more. Am I right about that?
Yes.
All right. So, don't withhold the shift. Don't withhold the gift. And don't withhold the shift because there's a lot of it out there. So you have to step right in it. Okay. So, what is the number one thing that people crave in life? Love? Connection. Community. Yep. Do you guys believe that you have that? Yeah. Do you understand that the number one craving from the moment that we're born is connection? Connection with another human. And really, it's quite important for, reproduction, by the way. But I want you to think about that. For me, Isagenix has provided an amazing income, but it's also provided an amazing connection to an amazing culture and an amazing community. And I go on and on and on about it because I have never experienced anything like it. I'm a part of something that is bigger than me, and I'm proud to say it. I love, love, love every piece of this. So, I think that it's really important that you understand that you have to leave your house in order to form those connections. So,
Are you ready to go out and be a little social?
Yes.
Good. All right. When you leave your house every day, I need like 3 hands here. When you leave your house every day, where do you go? Grocery store, work, gym, church, golf lessons, Walmart, the park, kids' schools. Yeah. So we have to be out there. Gas station. Have you ever thought when you leave the house and you're out there being social, that there is a person on the other end of that cash register that willingly showed up for minimum wage? What is minimum wage anymore? How much? $10.50. They show up for $10.50 an hour, you guys. Do you believe that the guy working behind a bulletproof sheet of plexiglass is excited about working for $10.50 at Fry's gas station? Anybody? No, I don't think that was his goal in life. I don't think that that's what he aspired to do. But that's where he ended up, because nobody else gave him any other opportunities. So I want you to think about it. When you're out and about, and maybe make it a goal your day to do this once a day. It is my goal. When you're out and about and you run into somebody that does a really great job taking your money at Fry's gas station, because that's tough work, or does a really great job trying running shoes on your foot, or does a really great job serving you at a local restaurant, or does a really great job checking you in at the gym, or does a really great job with your hair, your nails, I could go on and on and on. Simply say this to them, and you're going to want to write this down. Oh my gosh, you must love your job so much. You're so good at it. Have you ever thought about being in this job 2 years, 5 years from now? Here's what they're all going to say. Every one of them is working for $10.50 behind bulletproof glass. What are they all going to say? No. 95% of the time they're going to tell you no. So the next thing you could say is, would you be open to a conversation where I could actually show you how you could get paid what you're worth? Should I just drop the mic now?
Yes.
Is your mind blown? I just blew my own mind. Yeah, again. Twice in an hour. Anyway, is that hard to say, you guys?
No.
Because you know what you're doing? You're complimenting what they're doing. And I'm authentically saying these words to people. When they are good at what they do, I don't believe they're being paid what they're worth. And for the first time in my life, I believe I'm being overpaid what I'm worth. When a teammate calls me and says, Sybil, I'm so sorry I have to call you about this, I would say, oh, no. I get paid really well to answer your questions. Really, really well. And I'm sitting on a beach right now, so fire away. Let's go, baby. We get paid really, really well to sit there and fire away answers to a lot of questions. But there's nothing more flattering out there when I'm in a shoe store and somebody does a great job, and I love shoes, by the way, so I'm there a lot. They do a great job. I'm going to ask them if they like their work, because they're great at customer service. Don't they deserve more? So can we all just agree right now that we're going to start doing more? We're going to start being better ambassadors of what we have to offer. Can you all agree to that?
Yeah.
Can I get an amen on a Saturday afternoon? All right. So that's a little bit about being social. I wanted to tell you a little tiny story about my nail salon. So there's a woman named Tiffany that does my nails, and I was in her shop recently, and she was being delivered by her husband, Johnny. Maybe some of you guys know what I'm talking about. A crappuccino, caramel crappuccino. I think it's called a macchiato or something, but it's easier to say crappuccino. Anyway, these guys open their salon at 10 a.m. They don't eat breakfast before they come in, right? It's past lunch now, and they're getting their meal through Starbucks. It's probably cost $17.50 for the crappuccino because they asked for sprinkles, And I thought to myself, I just left will call. My bars are out in my car, practically boiling, because it's 118 degrees that day in Arizona. And I just ran out to my car and I grabbed my box of bars. And I went back in and I said, hey, you guys don't drink the Crappuccino. I want to give you a meal. So I passed out a bar to every single person in that salon that day with my little business card attached. And I thought about it. I passed them out to all of the customers too. And I kind of have a motto that I don't give without getting. And I know that sounds a little selfish, but I really have tried to train the team to not give without getting. Don't give out something without getting the ability to follow up with them. When I hand out a bar, you guys, nobody can screw up a bar, right? You can screw up a shake, though. People do. They put them in their Vegematic, they have way too much ice, not enough water, they're drinking powder. But give out a bar, all right? I gave out meals that day. I handed out lunch. And the way that I feel really comfortable about saying, hey, I want you to put your contact information in my phone, whether we're on Messenger, whether it's just in my contacts, I will simply say, I want to follow up with you because I promise you this bar is going to keep you full for 3 to 5 hours, and I want you to tell me otherwise. Prove me wrong. And they want to, by the way. But by the time I get a hold of them later that day, they're like, wow, I did forget to eat that day because I had my bar instead of my Crappuccino. So it's a perfect organic way to just tell them you're going to follow up with them, right? Does anybody have any problem with that? Does that make perfect organic sense to you? Yes. Natural, right? And nobody's going to be mad because you followed up. You gave them their lunch, all right? And remind them that it's meal replacement, all right? Because they need to understand that. They don't know that unless you tell them. They don't know what they don't know. I, of course, did enroll my Tiffany at a nail place, by the way, so don't go there. But there's others. There's others to get. All right. So, be bold. Can we agree to be bold? Yes. There's so many nail shops out there. I mean, there's one on every corner, right next to Starbucks usually. But can we agree to be bold? Let's get out there, you guys. You've got to leave your house. That's where the good stuff happens. Your front door, you got to go through it. I had a girlfriend that was really, really bummed out because she didn't have a partner to go to a party or a movie with, but she was whining from her house. I'm like, have you left your house lately? She's like, no, I don't like to go out. I'm like, well, you're never going to meet anybody. And this woman was looking for a husband, by the way. I should have put her on farmersonly.com. Anyway. Okay, the next thing that I get to talk about is social media. Where's my clicker? And I do love social media, but I'm not like a really strong poster. You better be social. Got your number. I actually do have your number. So, I love Facebook. And Facebook is what I started with. Facebook is amazing. There's all kinds of platforms. There's Instagram, there's Snapchat, there's Pinterest, there's YouTube, there's Twitter, Tumblr, there's LinkedIn. When I started in this industry 23 years ago, do you think that it was a little bit harder to connect with people? I had to pick up that scary phone, and I had to call people and book shows. I was calling people to see if they would let me come over and entertain their friends and family and sell them some pizza stones. My job was so much harder back then, you guys. Do you understand that social media has given you the fast pass? Yeah. Like Disneyland fast pass? I mean, it is changing. Might even be in their bathrooms. That's where they check their email. I hate it. A lot of them do, by the way. But I'm 52 years old. The year that I enrolled, I was getting ready to turn 50, along with 720 Take it for a test drive, 30-day test drive. You heard from so many people that they were going to send their stuff back. They had to keep their little canisters. I don't even think they want your stuff back, by the way, at day 29. But they'll take it back. They'll give you a money-back guarantee. They'll give you your cash back, you guys. This is important. Don't send out samples. I'm sorry if your leader tells you otherwise, but I don't send out samples. Because guess what happens in the mail? It melts, it resets, it gets all mangled in the postal machines. Schedule a face-to-face with them, or just tell them they've got to try on the whole system. Because is a shake or a bar going to change their life? But is the complete system going to change their life? And I'm talking value pack, by the way. That's what we start people with in our group. That's the system that people get started with. And you're welcome to use that verbiage all you want. But I don't believe that a shaker bar can change anybody's life, so they need to try the whole system, so I just tell them, trust me. And I've already built that connection with them because I handed them a bar at the nail salon. I've already got a great amount of trust, a great amount of rapport. These people have followed me for years on Facebook. They just reached out and said, so I don't care what it is that you're doing, how much it is, I want it. Send it to me. Because you look amazing. You're turning 50. I want to be able to wear a bikini on my 50th birthday too. So again, your posts matter. I post pictures about my life. I post pictures about my dog. I post pictures about my backyard. I post pictures about me on a beach. I post pictures about me making shakes. People know what I do. So it's really, again, something that you have to be congruent with. You've got to do it consistently every single day. If you have a page that you've put people into, your prospecting page, and you're not posting on it every day, guess what people think? You quit or the products didn't work, and they're thrilled to know that. Because if your products don't work and you've quit, and you really haven't, but the fact that you're not present on your team page any longer gives them the permission to say to themselves, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I didn't enroll in that company because she's not even with it anymore. I'm so glad that it didn't work. So you've got to be a better ambassador about spreading the word that this stuff does work, because they're dying to prove you wrong. They're dying to have the excuse and the permission to not do it too. All right, so it's really, really important. All right. Oh, thanks, Tam. Okay, do you guys understand that Zuckerberg owns us? Facebook owns us. We all start with a big old faucet, right? A spigot that's full of water. And when it's pouring out, it's a lot of water. But if you don't follow what Zuckerberg tells us to do, guess what happens? The spigot starts being turned off. And there are ways around it. And I want you to think about something that they want us to do right now. Does anybody know the one thing that Zuckerberg wants us to do right now? Live, right? Does anybody have a problem with that? Yep. Thank you for your honesty. Yeah, we've worked through this. Anyway, that's what you have to do anymore. If you want to follow the rules, to have free marketing, to have the ability to be inside someone's home, you've got to do what the man wants. He wants us to go live, you guys. Guess what a really fun idea is to go live? Go live about your fear of going live. I mean, people will resonate with you because nobody wants to go live. Nobody has their hair done perfectly. Nobody has a professional makeup artist in their house, except for me sometimes. It's really, really important that you guys just be real, be authentic, be raw. Talk about your pain, talk about your fears, talk about your shakes, talk about a smoothie bar, talk about protein balls. Whatever it is, you gotta go live. And you know what? The content doesn't matter as much as just changing the algorithms. I heard this on a call the other night, one teen university call. Before you're going to go live, go to 10 prospects that you've been dying to enroll, go to their page, comment and like on their page, and watch what happens in their newsfeed when you're all of a sudden live talking about your fears or your shakes or your kids. They will all of a sudden see it. Is that a brilliant idea? And how about tagging them in an old transformation post post on your Facebook page that you got a ton of comments on. It changes the algorithms. It brings it back to the top of your feed. There are ways to change and not be owned by Zuckerberg. And those are just 2 tricks. Tricks of the trade. All right. So, I love Instagram. And the reason that I love it is because it allows us to be a little artistic. The word aesthetics excites me. I love it. Aesthetics. Aesthetically pleasing. Aesthetic marketing. Do you guys understand that word? It's about colors. It's about attraction. It's about things that people look at. I'm not great at Instagram, but I'm very, very fortunate in this business to be able to hire somebody that is. I have an assistant. I now refer to her as my friend who works for me. It's really cool because she took this on. She took on Instagram. I wasn't very good at it. So she loaded all that stuff up. These little cute pink things here, I don't know how to do that. But you know what? I could find it out on YouTube, or I could hire my daughter. If you don't have a friend that works with you, you can find a neighbor boy. He'd love to come over and teach you a little bit about this. There's stuff on YouTube. There's stuff on Pinterest. Guess what else? There's free tutorials on Instagram. So, I was freaking out about the aesthetics of it, and I love the color pink. So my friend Leslie, who works with me, said, Sybil, let's just do an easy color scheme. You love pink. Let's do pink, black, and white. Oh, check it out. So now, you guys know that you can do a filter easily to make something black and white. Is that the easiest thought? Whenever I take a picture of something pink, I post it. Whenever I take a picture of something that's not pink, I turn it black and white and post it. Is that an easy solution to the big fear of aesthetically pleasing pictures on Instagram? And some of you don't even care. I like the thought of being able to have it look kind of cool, but if that freaks you out, turn things black and white, post all black and white pictures, nobody cares. Just put it up, have exposure. That's really what this is all about. So I really believe that if you want to learn something, and I knew that I wasn't good at this, there's just a ton of people out there that will help you, a ton of training. It's all free, by the way. Don't pay for $200 for Instagram trainings. Just get the stuff for free. Have we all found that there's a ton of stuff out there for that? Yeah. Okay, the last thing I'm going to leave you with is, do you understand what it means to be an ambassador? Like, be out there and preach, talk about the stuff, pass out bars. Do you understand that when you pack your purse in the morning, pack 2 of these? Because we actually have a campaign called Share the Shot. You don't want to drink half of it and hand it to a stranger. You want to pass one to them, okay? This is a really cool campaign that our company supports. Share the Shot. Always put 2 of these in your purse. Do a Facebook Live sharing the shot. Be a better ambassador of our products. Pass it out. Be out there with the stuff. But I want you to do one last thing with me. When Jim and Kathy Coover and John all got together, John Anderson, aren't you so glad that they didn't withhold the gift? So I'm going to ask you to do this. I want you to put your hands out like this. I'm doing it weird. But I want you to do this, okay? Do you guys understand that when they got together and they formulated this amazing adventure that we're all on, this amazing product, this amazing company, they literally gave us the winning lottery numbers? Amen. Do you guys truly believe that? Because I'm kind of getting like the chills and the bumps and things are starting to get all warm. Is it okay for you to not pass that on to others? Can you imagine if Jim and Kathy and John all sat there and they're looking at the motorcycle and they're looking at the crystal and they decide to keep it to themselves? You don't get to do that, by the way. It is our job to understand that we've been given the winning lottery number. Wouldn't you love for your friends and your family to win the lottery? You've got the number, you guys. You've got the winning mega to it and withhold the gift. With you not sharing it, with you not being out there more, without you being an ambassador of this company, you are holding the winning lottery numbers away from your friends, your family, and strangers. You're not allowing for others to change their financial blueprint, to change their physical blueprint, to free themselves from the financial and physical pain, to go on and build houses for people that need them. We've got a whole group of guys down in Mexico doing exactly that this weekend. My Habitat House is down in downtown Phoenix. It's going to go to a single mother with children. I'm so thankful that I have not had the gift held back. So I want to challenge you to go out every day, make one connection, share the winning lottery numbers. Person, and I'm going to bring up my next friend here. Doreen Gant is going to share her story with you. And the reason I mention the emotions and the sensitivity, it's a little hard to get me to cry. But listening to the story of my friend Doreen Gant, all that she said and how afraid she was to tell the story, even I was weeping. And she could see me because we were doing it on Zoom. And she said, wow, I didn't realize I had that power to change people's day. So I want to bring up Doreen Gant. She's an amazing mother, a wife. She has a servant's heart of gold. Come on up, Doreen. We want to hear more from you.
Thank you, Sybil. These beautiful faces, and handsome faces too, are actually quite calming, which is a nice relief. It's not that I'm afraid of you or anything like that. Had good jobs, we were very involved in our church. We could go where we wanted, do what we wanted, help who we wanted, how we wanted, and things were good. 7 years in, we finally had our child that we've been desiring, and a year after that, I quit my radio controller's job to come home to be with my son, and I learned more than ever that controller is just in name only. I thought I could come home and do all the things that I had the privilege to do at work. No. New awakening. Fast forward some years, my husband moved into full-time I mean, we had our Ninja blender and our Jack LaLanne juicer, and I was even running 5Ks. The year before, I turned 50, and I thought, I'm embracing this golden age. I'm going to come into the shining. And I was waking up every morning in so much pain and having to assess what I could move before I got out of bed in the morning. I had no energy. I would crash and burn. I was running on fumes. If I sat still for too long, I would just go to sleep. Then my dad received a very grave diagnosis, and we didn't have the ability or the means to go be with him.
And I realized that I was sinking into a depression, which we don't give each other Christmas gifts. We wait till the after Christmas sales and get something. And he had already said that we couldn't afford it when my dear friend Joy Diaz introduced it to us almost 2 years prior. Yes, if you know Joy, we watched her for 2 years. I knew her when she had 2 kids. And I just knew it was important then. 22 months in, I feel so good. I get up out of the bed every morning. I have energy to make it through the day. My 52nd and my 53rd birthdays far exceeded what I hoped for my 50th. And I have a new perspective. My mindset is one of gratitude. I count it all joy in all the things. Whatever the trials are, we have something, always have something to be grateful for and thankful for. And I'm thankful for Isagenix and these products and the effect that they've had on my health and my family's health. I'm grateful that it's afforded me the opportunity to eat for free. I am thankful that it allows me also an opportunity to help and serve others by sharing the gift. Right, Sybil? So I just want you to know that I believe in these products. I believe in this company. I believe in this fantastic nutrition and this awesome community that we call our ISA family. Trisha.
Why is it not working? Go! It's not working.
Okay, let's get those wiggles out
Woo!
here.
Trisha.
Everybody look to that side of the room. Put your arms out and in zombie fashion. Shuffle forward and start massaging the person in front of you.
Great job.
That's all right. Who needs this? Cal, you got me? Okay. Just go for it. There we go. It's story time. Who remembers being in elementary school where your teacher would read to you every day, and right when they got to the goods part, it was like, well, we'll continue next week. And who hated that? I mean, any of the readers in the room? I am such a reader, and it like killed me that they would stop in the middle of the good part. I have a son who's just like that. Because you know why? Everybody loves story time. Everybody loves story time. And whose story is your very favorite to share? Your own. Why? It's the one thing you're confident about, right? I know my story. At least I know that much about me. All right? Telling stories can be an art. And would you agree that a lot of people are maybe scared to share their story? And again, let's talk about why for just a second. Why are we so scared to share our stories? If that's our favorite thing to talk about or to think about or ponder on, why are you so scared to share?
Vulnerable.
Judgment, being vulnerable.
Open your skeleton closet.
Opening that skeleton closet. But, I mean, we have good stories too. I mean, it's good stuff in that. Why are we scared to share it all? I mean, why are you scared to share your successes, your talents, your achievements? Judgment.
Vulnerability.
Again, vulnerability.
You don't want others to feel bad.
You don't want others to feel bad. Ooh, now you're speaking my language. For a long time, I actually didn't like talking about what I had done for that very reason. I didn't want anybody to feel bad about their own lives. I didn't want to look like the arrogant person who was bragging, right? And for a while, I even held myself back in life to help other people feel better about themselves. Anybody else do that in areas in their life? Yeah. Yeah, we can resonate a little bit. You're more concerned about others feeling good and others being happy and others being successful than yourself? Yes. Well, I want to share just a part of my story. Who hasn't heard my story? Raise your hand if you've never heard my story. Holy moly, this is fun. This is what happens when you have a baby and stop talking for 2 years. So would it be okay just for a moment I share my story? Okay, thank you. Because this is my story, and I'm very grateful for it. I'm grateful for my story because of the people that came into my life to help mold this story. 5 years ago, I was a very, very different woman. You guys see me up here sharing, training. You've maybe heard of our financial success and the things that we've achieved, but maybe you never heard where we were or what we've overcome. So 5 years ago, my husband and I were at ASU Housing. We're the biggest population, we're the Roaches. No joke, guys. Anybody know who Jill Bowman is? An incredible woman in this company, one of our team's personal line, and one of our millionaires. She came to my home once for an event, and she literally went home and prayed for me and my family. She was like this girl in this home, and there was like dust coming out of the door, and she's so freaking sweet. I love her. But she prayed for us. Like, ASU Housing is not like living a life of luxury, right? But we were so grateful for that time because my family, we lost our home in 2008 when the economy crashed. Anybody feel the effects of the economy crash? We know that Arizona was one of the worst hit places in the U.S. And Queen Creek, Arizona, where I reside, was one of the worst places in Arizona. And we lost our home. My husband, not from a lack of trying, we were struggling. I looked at my husband one day, who's this, for those that know him, big old stubborn cowboy who does not like to share emotion. And he
broke down in tears for the second time I've ever seen him cry. Once was when a Transformer died in Transformers. Once when my little baby girl was born. In this moment, he broke down crying because he felt like he was a failure. He was failing our family. He didn't see a way out. He never had expected his life to be in this position. Like, he never expected that. He was hardworking. He was loyal, talented. And we were both just going, I don't know what the answer is. And I found myself just a few days later on my knees begging God for a solution, for a help out of my financial situation, out of this body that wasn't representing who I was. I was 95 pounds overweight. I was exhausted. I was waking up at 9 in the morning, which is not early, waking up at 9 in the morning, so excited for my nap. Like, all I could think about laying in bed was nap time is like 10:30, 11, I get like an hour nap. Like, these are the things I was thinking. One load of laundry done, I was like, yay, an achievement for the day. I spent hours on Pinterest at nighttime in bed, imagining the kind of life that I wanted to give my children, but waking up without the energy or the resources to provide that for them. And when my friend Barb called me from San Antonio, Texas, she had been following me on Facebook, and she recognized that life wasn't going so hot for me, and that I wasn't the same Trisha that she remembered when she used to fit me for my suits at competitions and swim. And she said, Trisha, I have something for you. And without ever telling me a thing about Isagenix, I knew that this was my solution. That prayer I had poured my heart and soul into, that this was the answer. And that's why I knew the products were going to work. When I got my box, guys, I didn't even know I was doing shakes. I was like, oh, cool, I'm going to do shakes. Like, I had no idea what I got. Guys, I need you to wrap your heads around this, because I didn't know there was a financial opportunity. I didn't know there was a business. I had never done network marketing before. Ever. I didn't buy my products to get myself out of the financial situation. I needed to save me. I needed to lift myself out of that fog, out of that pit that I was in physically. And I got on Facebook and I sold my refrigerator to pay for that pack, that value pack. Because I wanted zero excuses as to why it didn't work for me. And I really am an all or nothing kind of girl. So even though we were living on food stamps, living at ASU housing, completely struggling financially, I did what I had to do to get the very, very best, so I had no excuses. Because I knew it was going to work. I knew it was going to work. And on day 5, when I woke up out of that brain fog, and I was like, what is this? Like, I feel awake. I feel happy. Like, I remember smiling in bed. And that smile didn't go away, guys. And then on day 17, I went to bed with that same amount of energy, that same amount of excitement. Like, it lasted all day long. And that is when I started to share Isagenix. I remember Tracy O'Malley, who actually delivered my box to me. She didn't know me. Barb called her and said, hey, give this girl the box, explain it to her. I think she could be something. Thank you, Barb. Her believing in me. I remember I pushed the box aside and I'm like, okay, Tracy, I know this is going to work, so tell me how I keep paying for it. Because I don't have a refrigerator to sell. No joke, guys. This like really happened. And she shared with me at the time it was U+2, then +2, which was my license plate for a while. I got stopped by a lot of guys, so don't ever. Be really careful about how you market yourself. And that's why this training piece today, going right after what Sybil just trained on, which was so beautifully done, is so important. Because I started to share my story authentically, raw, real, you call it whatever you want, I just shared it. And that was back before training. I knew nothing about what I was doing except that I had
And Facebook seemed like a really good place to like get it out there. I probably did everything wrong, guys. The one thing I did right was high exposure. I was sharing, I was visible, everybody knew that I was doing something. Right? And I started to enroll. And my friends and family started creating their own stories. And they started to share those stories. And in less than 6 months, we became six-figure earners in Isagenix. Along my journey of, releasing 95 pounds my first year and a half, the money just kept coming in as others started to change their lives, and they believed in the vision that we were painting, and they believed in our excitement because it was real, it was tangible, it was truth. Carolee, Christine, the girl that I'm in the back that joined our team early on, it was real. And they were all creating their own stories and sharing it, and it was absolutely beautiful, guys. As our physical bodies were transforming, our bank accounts were transforming too. What's really, really, I'm actually should say this for last. I'm not going to share this right now. I just lost my train of thought. As my family started to transform, we have been so blessed to help other people create their own stories. I know that each of you have a story today that you want to share. I know that without sharing it, you're not going to get where you want to go. Are you willing to do the scary, to be uncomfortable, and to start sharing what's in your heart? Are you? Are you willing? Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Yes.
Let's hear it one more time.
Yes.
There we go. All right. Because a lot of people are trying to share the facts. Isagenix has this, they were doing this, there's like herb mate and this, and I don't know any of those things. Remember how I got started not knowing what I bought? Remember how I was like, oh, what's a cleanse? I never heard of a cleanse. Like, is this like one of those poopy cleanses? Like, I had no idea what I was doing. I didn't buy the facts because Marv didn't share any facts with me on the phone. She did two things really good, guys. Are you ready to hear these two things? Yeah. She saw me. And when I say she saw me, I don't mean like she just saw a picture of me on Facebook. She recognized who I was and who I wasn't being. So if you guys think about like the zombies that I talked about earlier, do you think they want to be that way? Do you think people are happy living paycheck to paycheck? Are college graduates happy working a 9-to-5 job, making $10.50 an hour when they have a degree in something they're passionate about? Nope. Are collegiate athletes happy feeling like washed up athletes, disconnected from who they used to be? How about you men? Are you happy in that hamster wheel? Never spending quality time with your loved ones because you're trying so hard to provide for them. People are unhappy, and they want to create a new story. We get to help them do that, guys, and you're going to help each other do that today. Stories are bridges from one reality to another. And I want you to say that because I need this in your brain. Stories are bridges from one reality to another. Say it with me. Stories are bridges from one reality to another. You know what's so cool about that? Is you get to create the another. And it can go wherever you want. The most pivotal training that like literally changed my life in Isagenix was when I sat in my chair, just like you are today, and I listened as Peter Kelly said, if you're not happy, change it. People once acted upon you and made you do things that you didn't want to do, but now you're an adult and you get to choose. And that was life-changing for me, guys. Like, life-changing, y'all. I realized I get to choose whatever I want to be. If I'm not happy, I get to choose that. As my friend Jody Page always says, choose your flavor. We get to choose. So we get to choose the reality that we want
All right? So let's work with our partners right now, and let's talk about, just for a minute, why you are a raving fan of Isagenix. And we're only going to have 2 minutes here. So 1 minute, I'm going to say stop and switch, and then you're going to have a minute to tell your partner, the other partner, okay? So, real quick, raise your hand if you do not have a partner. Before you start chatting, Dennis, hey, never partners. Hey, 3, where's my Cub Scouts? Turn the lights off, Cal. They're not listening to me. Hey, raise your hand if you do not have a partner. This is important. I don't want anybody alone. This guy right here, he's super cute. Who doesn't have a partner? Over here. Oh, sorry, I tried. Okay, good reason, ladies. Let's join us in hand. All right, partner A, raise your hand. Partner A, raise your hand, guys. Hey. 3, 2, 1. Thank you. Man, I'm feeling all the respect for David Wood right now. Yeah. Listen, we have to do this right because we're going to do this several times right now. So partner A, raise your hand. Okay? I want you to look at partner B, touch them on the nose and say, you go first. Ready and go. It's not about you. And that's hard for some people to hear, isn't it? It can be hard because you want so badly to share your story. If that's how you feel right now, guys, because we don't have the time to do that training right now, but if you really feel like you have this burning desire to really share your story all the time and you gotta get a weight off your chest, there are so many great books and podcasts and trainings and personal developments to go to. Please see me. Please see me and I can help you because I've overcome a lot in my life. All right? And when you feel that way, when you feel that way, it's usually because you're stuck in a story. And we share our stories to liberate others, not to liberate ourselves. Okay? So So if you feel like you're self-serving, like when you share that story, we need to work on that. Okay? Just a little bit. But today we're just going to do some, we only have 10 minutes, so we're going to go through some quick key elements of sharing your story. All right? And the first one, this comes from Eric Worre, who is an incredible trainer in this beautiful industry. And he shares the 4 parts to a story. And if you, as we go through this, you're going to notice that all of our shares today have followed this beautifully. All right, step 1 is sharing the good part of your story. So if you have a notebook or if you have some paper, feel free to get it out. And I want you to write down a few of the things that you've done in your life that you're proud of. Write down like 5 things right now, guys. Just real quickly, what are a few things that you're really proud of that you've accomplished in your life? Is it being a mother? Is it winning a competition? Is it learning a really hard skill or musical instrument? Is it a promotion or a title that you have at work? Is it building a house for a single mom? Just jot down a few things. What's beautiful about this part is that this will help you connect with others. All right? This will help you connect with others. As you're talking to them and you hear things that maybe like resonate or are the same, you can pull that and you can use this as a way to connect to them so that they are connected to you. They feel like they relate to you. Like you're what's the word? We'll say connected. There we go. I think you're normal. All right. Now, with that thing, so let's just use an example of work right now. What are a few of your professions right now? Things that you're doing currently? Teacher. Thank you.
Realtor.
What did you say? I heard a guy's voice. Chef.
Microblading.
Microblading. You're a microblader.
Realtor.
Realtor. Nurse. Physical therapist. Stretch ninja back there. Personal trainer. I love it. First of all, thank you guys for your service and what you do to make our communities better. It's so important that we understand, first and foremost, that the careers others have are so important. I don't want to turn every teacher into a full-time marketer and have them leave their careers, especially if they love it. I want those teachers teaching. Right, so thank you. But I love the choices we have to offer. So with the things that you're doing right now, what are some of the negatives? Because we know, teachers, nurses, you guys are doing so much good for our world. What are some of the negatives in your profession? You see what just happened? Yeah. All right, one at a time. Raise your hand, Molly. Time away?
Just time in a day.
Yeah, being managed by somebody else. Yeah.
The commute of driving back and forth in West
The commute. As I hike Camelback and look at that freeway, I'm like, oh my goodness, I'm so glad I don't have to do that. Disrespectful people.
To the cap on the income, no matter how much your value may grow, there's probably a cap.
So an income cap. Yep.
Low pay.
Low pay. Lack of respect. Competition. Fighting for promotions. Fighting for pay.
Someone telling you when you can take a vacation.
Someone telling you when you can take a vacation. I'll never forget when my brother had bronchitis and he got yelled at from his employer for not being at work. And I remember thinking, oh my gosh, this is why I love this profession. Sam.
Working holidays.
Working holidays.
Building somebody else's dream.
What?
Building somebody else's dream.
Building somebody else's dream.
Yeah.
Last one over here.
Working 12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
12 hours a day, 7 days a week.
Career.
What?
Career stability.
So career stability, so not having that instability. Okay. All right. So as you're sharing your story, you can share, for an example, I'm a teacher. I love my profession. I always dreamed of working with children and being a role model in their lives and helping to mold them to who they are, who they're going to be. But it's been hard because of the time it requires for my family and the low pay that I have and the parents that don't understand how much I love what I do and are disrespectful. Right? That was just an example. You shared what you loved, and then you shared a few of the negatives. And then you found a solution. All right? So on your piece of paper, I want you to write down, what are some of the solutions that you have seen or felt or experienced since you started Isagenix? What are some of the solutions? What are some ways that you've changed in your life since you started Isagenix? I want you to really think out of the box here. Also, think about, guys, what are some of the solutions you've experienced that really relate to what you didn't like about it? Right? As you look at your past, the job that you have now, or the life that you have right now, those pains, those pain points, where have some of the solutions why Isagenix fix those? And finally, number 4, how do you now feel about the future? How do you now feel about the future? I'm going to share an example here. Actually, Ashley shared it earlier. But I know that every single person in this room felt the emotion of when Ashley talked about her daughter. Correct? I know that I felt that emotion because I once felt that way as a young girl. And so as Ashley shared that story, what was so beautiful is the real emotion she felt for this beautiful girl and how she feels about herself. But then what did she do at the end of her story, guys?
She said, "This is my beginning."
This was my beginning, she said. But she also said, and I cannot wait to help families, mothers, women feel better about themselves. And I'm paraphrasing here. But she is so excited to take what she has learned through that pain, that solution that she's found, and now her ability to help other mothers who are struggling with daughters that don't feel good about their bodies. Isn't that incredible, guys? It's incredible. Come on. I want to hear it. That is the gift of storytelling, guys. The gift of storytelling is taking a pain point, showing somebody the solution, and then sharing your vision for what you're going to do with that. Right? We don't have time today, but please, I want you to share this story at least one time today. Write out your story using these 4 points and share it with one person. If you want to use this as a business practice, do the following. Either on the phone or through Marco Polo, which is an app, a video conferencing app. If you haven't ever used it, it's like a walkie-talkie through video. I use it every day. Share your story in Marco Polo with your friends and family. And tell them, I'm practicing sharing my story because I'm so scared to do it. But I really need to practice and get better at sharing. Is it okay if I send it to you? And what if you start enrolling people using this practice of asking them for feedback, asking them to hear your story? Can we all do that? Yeah. Think that's a good idea? Yeah. Try it? Yeah. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Guys, there are people who want to serve you. They want to help you. Ask for their help and see what happens when they hear that story. They're going to be blown away by your transformation and what you're experiencing. All right, so does somebody want to share quickly with me? Any volunteers? I want to just go through this really quick. Right here.
Just because I want to practice.
Okay. All right. Come on, girl. Everybody cheer her on. All right, here we go. Okay. Wait, what am I supposed to do? Okay, I'm going to help you. I'm going to hold your hand and help you. Okay. This is what we need to do, guys. We need to hold our friends' hands and help them
see the light bulbs go off, and I know that I gotta help other people learn something.
Ooh, I like that. Who else likes watching light bulbs go on? Yeah. All right, so what were the struggles of being a teacher? What are the pain points?
Got pretty easy. Stressful job, lots to do, low pay, especially in Arizona. It's very, very low. So shout out to all the teachers out there. Good job. Hang in there. But yeah, I would come home tired, stressed out, exhausted. My husband's also a teacher, so we both took side gigs, trying to work more, and then it was just a cycle. So I was away from my kids more, and becoming like an angry mom because I just wanted to be home with my kids, but we couldn't afford it. So.
Raise your hand if you're related to anything she just shared. Come on. All right. And then what was the solution that you found?
Isogenics.
I'm so glad you said that. And in particular, what about Isogenics has been a solution for you with those pain points in particular?
Well, right now I'm starting out, but looking for the time freedom. I love that I can fit it really in just the few minutes of my day that I have. But I do like that it's making the products help me feel more healthy and happy. So I'm a happier mom, that's for sure. Definitely my stress has come down. And yeah, I don't know.
Beautiful. All right, and so for just a moment, I want you to stand in a place where you can imagine that you have that ideal life. Maybe you're still teaching, but now you have choices. You have an income from Isogenics. You feel incredible. You have a beautiful team that you're inspiring. What do you want to do now? What do you want to do now? Especially as it comes to helping other workers that have the same pain points as you.
I just want to share it because I know I feel totally different. I'm excited about life, and I haven't been that way for a long time. So I just really just wanted to share it with anybody that I ever meet, especially my family and my friends. So.
Because everybody deserves that, right?
Thanks.
Whatever you want, Hattie.
Whatever you want, girl. You just grab something. You can choose one thing.
One thing.
Vitamins
are $140.
She's good, right? She's good. All right, guys. Hey, did you see how easy that was? Maybe note to yourself when I enroll a customer who's ready to share. Maybe they don't know how to do what I just did or what she just did. And maybe it's my responsibility to teach them these 4 steps. So they can go out and share their stories with confidence and elegance and not just like throw up on everybody. All right? My last thought for you all, guys, and I love sharing my story, like I said, as far as it relates to somebody else. But when I first started, I didn't have that story. So if you're just getting started, please borrow others' stories. Did you know, where did you go? Did you know that we have millionaires in this company that are still teaching to this day? Still teaching because they love their career and they've made over $1 million in Isogenics. Do you think you could use their stories to inspire other coworkers? Heck yeah. Heck yeah. If you are a stay-at-home mom, never walked a day in the gym, but you have a friend who is an athlete and they love the gym, could you borrow another athlete story in Isogenics? Yeah. So they relate to that person? Yes. Do you have to be an athlete to talk to athletes? No. Do you have to be a widower to talk to widowers? No. Or empty nesters to talk to empty nesters? No. Guys, borrow others' stories. Become a master storyteller. And every time you hear a story in Isogenics that is inspiring, that is transforming, put it in your pocket. And when you're talking to somebody who needs to hear that story, pull it out and share. Following these steps, you can talk to anybody, anywhere. Thank you guys so much. Let's be storytellers.
That's live.
Oh, sorry, livers.
You keep putting the cup in front of it.
Sorry, lucky shot. Why is this not working again? Oh. Ruined all the exciting momentum that was happening. It is my honor and privilege to welcome back to the stage Nicole Hammondtree, my close friend. You guys are in for a treat, so wake up, get ready.
Somebody else of the magic that you were brought to this world to bring. I truly believe that every single one of us was brought here to share a gift. And if you're too afraid to share your gift, someone else will stop. Really think about that. So I'm just being honest. I'm going to have some notes because I feel like this is so crazy empowering. For those of you who have heard of Brendan Burchard, if you went to Celebration, I just went to an event called the Growth Summit, and we got to hear from Dean DeGrassi. If you've never heard of him, he's got a book called $1 Million Habits. I think it's called $1 Million Habits. It's an incredible book if you are really looking to take your business to the next level. What I'm going to talk about right now is a little bit hard for people to grasp. So stand up if you love going into the sale. Love it. You're like, I love selling. I love it. Right? Look at this room. How many people are afraid to sell? But I want you to look at the people who stood up. 6 and 7 figure income earners. They're not afraid to ask for the sale. So if you're afraid to ask for the sale, if it scares the living whatever out of you, by the end of my presentation, I hope you learn to love selling. And I know that sounds really scary for some of you. You're like, oh my gosh, how am I going to learn to love to sell in a few minutes? I'm going to teach you that it's no different than what you're doing on a daily basis already. I mean, how many of us are totally comfortable selling our favorite restaurant, our favorite book, my favorite shoes? What are you already selling to people that you don't realize you're selling, right? You have no problem telling someone they have to try this restaurant. You have no problem telling someone they have to try a movie or a shoe or whatever. But when it comes to Isagenix, what do? We back up, we get nervous, right? We get apologetic. I'm so sorry. There's this really big hack. I think you should maybe, I know you don't have money, but maybe you should start, that one probably won't fit in your budget. So we'll just start with the 90-day. You guys are doing a disservice to yourself and the person that you're talking to when you do that. So we're going to talk about how to fall absolutely in love with selling. And I know it's scary, but it's awesome. All right. So some point in your life, somebody told you that selling was wrong or bad or put a negative spin on it. That's why you're afraid to sell. But it was like, that feeling of, not want to share Isagenix with the world. I want that. I want that for every single one of you because I guarantee there are people in your life that you're not serving. Listen to that. Serving because you won't sell. She was one of the greatest all-time salespeople in the world. Most people don't think of her as a saleswoman, but people would follow her anywhere. They would do anything. She is so well loved and renowned, and she was a saleswoman. Is that crazy? Because when I heard that, I was like, I don't think of her as a saleswoman. She's a saint, right? Like, she wasn't trying to persuade people to do bad things. Persuasion, the benefit of others. You have to think about your Isagenix business in that way. You need to be able to persuade people to the gift that Sybil talked about, right? The Cougars have this gift. What if they didn't give it to anybody else? When you're afraid to talk to people about Isagenix, you're robbing them of that gift. Give that gift away. Learn how to persuade for the positive. And I think that's where some of the negative comes from, is we think that word persuasion is a bad word. Like, we're going to persuade someone to you feel guilty, you feel bad, you feel like you robbed them of something. How many of you have left a discussion with someone and they didn't get started and you felt like, oh, it didn't do my job? I know I have, right? Are you standing firm in what you believe in Isagenix? Are you standing firm in how you are presenting this? All right, there are 3 things to consider when you're selling. Right? These are huge, and so many people miss this. When you go in to talk to someone, I just want to say, the energy in this room is a little bit low. If you're not bringing your energy up when you're talking to someone, guess what? They feel it. They know it. So before you get on a phone call, before you walk into a one-on-one, before you walk into whatever you're walking into, you better make sure your energy is high. Because talking like this, you're really gonna... What? Like, you're really passionate about this, but you can't show me that? You guys, I don't care if it's, Tammy talks about the power pose. I don't care, what music did I pull up to? I was jamming when I pulled up this morning. I get in state. If you're not getting in state before you talk to people, how many of you are doing that? Are you getting in state? Are you, pumping yourself up? Rachel Hollis came on stage last week. She was so excited that she was out of breath. Before she talked, she was, the energy was buzzing. Are you doing that when you're having your conversations with your one-on-one or with your 3-way call? If your energy's not high, fix it. Because this is what people want from you. They want you to be authentic. Authentic. I'm going to share a little story with you. When I started Isagenix, I was a different person. I really was. I was negative. I look at myself and I'm like, why did anyone hang out with me? It was not fun to be around. I was negative, right? But I've been growing. I've been working on myself. The one thing I did have before starting Isagenix is I knew who I was. And somewhere along the road, I've let the noise of other people's opinions have an impact on who I was. And I've changed those things. Until I went to this growth summit and I said, no, I am who I am. And the way I showed up in the beginning is why I'm successful. I'm not going to ever let anyone tell me what to be or do or say. I'm going to show up authentically me, because guess who I'm going to attract? I'm going to attract the people that understand me. I'm going to attract my avatar. When I'm being 100% me, I'm going to attract my avatar. If I try to be Sybil, first of all, she's got a way better style than I do. But if I try to be a Sybil, I'm going to attract Sybils, but then what am I going to do with them? My point is, it's not going to be the best fit for that person always. We do want to cast a wide net, but having that small group of people that really understand who that's what you want, that's what you need. You're trying to attract yourself 5 to 10 years ago, right? If I'm trying to be a copycat, I will never be the best copycat. But if I'm being true to who I am and I'm being myself, I can always be the best me. I really want you guys to think about that. If you're copying somebody else, hoping to get where you need to be, it's never going to happen. Model what they do. Learn from them. I mean, success does lead clues. I am not going to lie. I am watching every single leader that is rising to the top, and I'm modeling what they're doing, but I'm making it my own. I'm being authentic to who I am. So if you are not sharing authentically about who you were before Isagenix, you're missing huge. Give yourself the permission, radical permission. I want radical permission to be who you are and to share your story authentically. Because when you do that, people will be drawn to you. You will speak to the people that need to hear it. When you share your story the way that Trisha just taught you to share your story, authentically in your voice, in your passion, those people will hear you loud and clear. Woo! Enthusiasm, right? Kind of the same thing as energy. A lot of times people think of enthusiasm as just like obnoxious. That's not what I mean by enthusiasm. When I share my story, I'm enthusiastic about what I'm doing. I'm enthusiastic about what I have to offer that person. I am leaning in. I am talking to them. I am engaged with them. It is all about them. I'm hungry to change someone else, that other person. If you're sharing your story, making it all about you, and you're not really enthusiastically sharing what you have to sell, yes, I said sell, then the other person knows it, right? Who loves to be sold to, by the way? Right? No one's like, I'm telling you right now, I know when I'm being sold, and I cannot stand it. I'm like, okay, and that's why when Tanya tried to get me to start, I said, my guard went up. You were just out there, you were doing your thing. You were so excited about what was in your body. You were so excited about what was happening to you that you could authentically share it with energy, with enthusiasm. Hello, that's ignorance on fire. If you are in a position in your business right now where you're like, what's going on? What's going on? Are you still sharing with ignorance on fire? Are you still sharing that same passion, that same drive, that same authentic feeling? Dig deep, are you? Are you still sharing that exact same way? Because if you're not, you can totally go back to it. Nobody knows. Raise your level of excitement when you share Isagenix. Raise that authentic. Go back to who you were when you started sharing Isagenix with people because you didn't know any better. Transparency. This is a hard one. I got up here and I shared with you that I don't feel worthy. How many of you are afraid to tell someone something like that? Like, I can't share my faults with anybody, right? I don't want anyone to know that I'm not perfect. There's no perfect. There's no perfect. I'm telling you right now, when you share and you are transparent with someone and you share your fears and your faults and that you don't have it all together, you seem so much more relatable. Who wants to look at someone who has it all together and always act like nothing's ever wrong? What does that make you feel like? Less than. Small. I can't do that. I'm not good enough. I could never do what she does. When you get in front of people and you're real and raw and authentic and transparent, who likes that? Who relates to that in this room? Like if someone's being that way with you, do you shut them down? No. Are you being this way when you're sharing Isagenix with other people? People buy from people they know, like, and trust. We all know this. But common sense is not always common practice, right? You have to get yourself to the point where they know you, they like you, they trust you. And how do you do that? You be real, you be raw, you be authentic, you be transparent. Is this all coming together here?
Yes. Yes.
Hey, so we are our best selves when we're real. Would you not agree?
Yes.
Again, you will never be the best copycat, but you can be your best you. And people really want to know you care. So you have to be asking questions. The person who asks questions controls the conversation. If you're making it about yourself, you're just talking. You're talking, you're talking, you're talking, you're talking, you're talking, you're talking, you're talking. What did you learn about the other person? When you're so into sharing your story, we forget that the person we're talking to really matters. Right? And I know that sometimes when we get started, we verbally vomit all over people. Right? Like, who's done that before? Right? Like, I understand that happens and it's okay. I'm not telling you did it wrong. But remember that they want to know that you care about them. So ask questions, because they're going to spill their guts to you. Ask questions about them, what they want, what their hopes and dreams are. Just like Sybil said, you need to know all those things. Right? And if you have your avatar down, this is the best part. You already know, because it was you. And you're already in their head, which is amazing. That's the big, big thing. All right, society as a whole is really kind of getting over this Insta millionaire story, right? Like, they don't connect with that. It seems out of reach for most people. But learning that you earn $500, that you earn, enough to pay for your car payment, that is so much more reachable and understandable and connectable to somebody. They're going to be like, oh, I can do that, right? But when someone's like, all these people are like, oh yeah, and I'm not talking about Isagenix, I'm just talking about the world. It just doesn't seem possible. But sharing Isagenix in a way that you can show someone that they can get their products paid for, that they can eat for free. When I started, like I said, I was working 2 jobs that I owned and working for someone else. Did you not think that I wanted to eat for free? Right? It's huge. Then I wanted to just pay like a bill. Then I started paying my house payment. Then I started paying like all the bills. And then I brought my husband home. Like, you guys, it doesn't happen overnight for some people. This network marketing was brand new for me. I hadn't been in this industry my whole life. People are hungry for that authenticity. If they really truly are you sharing your life authentically with people? You don't have to be perfect to start. What? I don't have to be perfect. No one's perfect. How many are you waiting to get started? Right? You're waiting and waiting to start. You're too afraid to step onto that stage in life and just start. You don't have to be perfect and polished. On Facebook, on Instagram, if you're not sure where to start, just start. Because there is no perfect. There is no polished. Those people that have like the perfect, pretty Instagram, someone's probably they pay someone to do it. I mean, Sybil admitted to you, she paid someone to do it. You guys, stop comparing your story to someone else's. Stop comparing who you are to somebody else. Because if you do that, you'll never start. You'll never play big. You will stay in a small space and always play small. You have to just put your blinders on and be very comfortable, and that will leave peace in yourself that you have something to offer this world. So just start, even if you're not ready. Please, just get started. If you're in this room and you're like, I don't know if I can do this. I want to make an impact, but can I? Just start, please. All right, I was going to do a little partner thing, but I think we're a little bit behind on time. No? Okay. You guys promise me, because we have to be out of here on time today. Just turn to the person next to you. When I say find partners, turn to the person next to you. Don't get up, don't move around. So I want you to do something for me. When I say, and I would blow for it, so if I have to blow that, I will. When you're done, any enthusiasm. You have 1 minute each. No enthusiasm at all. Share and try to get that person to really like, okay, I want to hear. Right. not serving them to the best of your ability when you shut down on that sale. You need to be up here and excited and say, oh my gosh, so we have this amazing pack, it's called our value pack, blah, 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 blah. Not, so we have this pack and it's really expensive and I don't know if you can afford it. How many of you do that?
Or you sell the product and you apologize for business.
That's true. You sell the product and then you apologize for the business, right? How many of you are backing away from the sale of what you're trying to get into their body or changing their bank account? How many of you feel guilty about it? But just do that exercise. How many of you feel a lot better about the fact that you can do this, right? And you now know how to do it. Is anyone feeling a little bit better about asking for a sale? A little bit? So when we share with enthusiasm and authenticity, what are we doing? We're blessing that person. We're serving that person. You have to share from your heart and share authentically. All right. Who knows where I'm going with this one? Used car salesman. If you're the one in the room, well, I'm just saying, most people have this stereotypical view of a salesperson. Usually, with the used car salesman, I was told the other day that some realtors feel this way. I was like, wow, that's awful, right? Okay, so I'm going to give you 2 examples really quick. You pull up to buy a car with your family, right? You pull up and you've got these guys lined up and they're all waiting for you. We call them like, you know, like they're going to just swoop in and like get you. And who, like, you just know, like, you get that pit in your stomach because you just know what's coming, right? So this guy's like, I've got this friend, like, walks up and he sells himself. I sold 400 cars and he's rattling off all about himself. And then he's like, I've got this incredible car over here. It's a little roadster. It goes, you know, gives you all the specs of the car. And he's just going on and on and on. And what he's trying to sell you, he's got the enthusiasm. He's enthusiastic. He could be very authentic. But what is he missing? Who just made it all about? If they make it about themselves, that used car salesman will get pretty far. But there's only so far he will go in his industry working that way. Person 2 walks up, introduces himself, and is authentically says, I know driving a car is really not fun. I know that, you know, nobody really wants to be here on a Saturday morning. So I'd love to, like, show you what you're looking for. Tell me exactly what it is that you need, and I'll do my very best to provide that for you. And if I can't, then I'm gonna, like, really just kind of show you, maybe there's a car dealership down the road. But I want to know what it is. What are you looking for? Are you looking for a family car? How many people do you need it to see? What do you really need it to do? What are you going to be using the car for? Do you think that I'm asking questions and I'm making it all about them? That car salesman is the $6 and $7 figure car salesman because he didn't make it about him. He never once said his qualifications. He never once said it was all, you know, blah, 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 blah. He is so in tune with that customer and making sure they have a good experience. That is exactly what we need to do with Isagenix, right? Have you had both car salesmen? I know I have. Which one do you want to buy from? Which one do you go back to? Which one would you refer to? Right? You want to be that person that when someone thinks of Isagenix and they don't want to share Isagenix, then they're like, oh my gosh, you have to talk to so-and-so because she's amazing and she's going to help you on your journey. Right? Be that person. You want people to want to send people to you if they don't want to sell. All right, here's the secret. Does everyone really want to know what the secret to selling is? Yes. Enter the conversation of your prospect's mind before they know you're entering. Right? Again, if you've asked questions, you know. If it's your avatar, like we talked about, you know what's going on in their head. You have to start giving them the answers to the questions they don't even know they have. If you have not listened to Chris Harder's Overcoming Objections, please go find that. It's just Google Chris Harder Overcoming Objections. You overcome the objections before they have them. You've entered the mind of your prospect before they even think to ask the questions. right? So you're asking them, what do you have? What are you eating? What does your meals look like? Are you stopping at a convenience store? Do you have soda? Are you drinking coffee? How much do you think that costs? What are you spending on the 2 meals that you want to replace today and every day? Right? What did I just overcome? Cost. They're already spending it. What did I do? I got in their mind. How many of us had the same questions? Right? We all wanted to know, what is it going to cost? Right? Share with them before they ever ask you the question, because when it comes down to, I can't afford it, you have the answer right there. Well, you just told me you're spending $20 a day on food on your 2 meals. How can you not afford this? That's funny. I mean, don't say it like that.
Thank you.
This is really interesting to me. People don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. Right? People don't buy what they need, they buy what they want. You have to present a vision of what this can do for them so they want it. You're entering the mind of that person, showing them that they want Isagenix. And by doing that, it's just simply being authentic. It's listening to their story. It's showing them that this is going to change their life. You're making it about them. You're already here. You see it through their eyes. Because most of the time, if you've got your avatar really honed in, you know exactly what they want. Whether it's the opportunity financially, and they don't even know it yet, or it's just that they want to change their health. Because very few people in this room came in for the financial change in their life. Some of you did. I know there's many in this room that are like, I knew I wanted the business. But if I were to ask you, well, most of the people in this room would stand up and say, I wanted to change my health. But the person who signed you up knew had a vision cast the opportunity for you. Because you're sitting in this room and you want to impact other people's lives, right? Know what your prospect needs. Get in their mind. Look through their eyes and stop making it about you. So you need to know your avatar's biggest fears. And you gotta ask questions, you guys. Their biggest fears. What do they worry about? What do they lose sleep at night about? Have you ever asked someone what one bill hangs over your head? What is the bill that hangs over your head that if you could pay for that tomorrow, would make a massive impact in your life? Do you all know that bill because everyone's going like this, right? Are you asking your people, what's that one bill? If I could show you a way to cover that one bill, would you still be losing sleep at night? Because the number one thing that people lose sleep over is money issues. It creates so many kind of issues in our life, right? How many lose sleep possibly or have in the past about money? I know I have. What if we show them a way? But if you never ask, you never know. And I said this earlier, people will buy from you when they feel understood, not when they understand you. They have to know that you understand them. That's when they're going to buy from you. You have to give them the opportunity to be heard. If you're not asking questions, if you're not making it really about them, you're doing a disservice. People buy when they feel understood, not when they understand you. All right, that's when you lean into the sale. You've covered it all. You've presented it all. And that's when you get enthusiastic. You do not change your posture at that point. You do not change your energy at that point. You do not back away from the sale. You don't apologize. You walk straight up into the sale and get excited. How many of you drop your energy? Get excited about changing people's lives. We own our shift, right? Own the shift. Change up how you're doing things if you're not excited to ask for the sale. Because I will tell you right now that people can feel it. People know when you're not excited about asking for that sale. Is this resonating with any of you? Yes. Be enthusiastic. Seriously, it's gonna change so many. Just so many people's lives. Love to sell. I have to leave that with you. Love to sell. Figure out how you can love to sell. Don't be so concerned with yourself and what people think about you and what the world is going to say about you. Think about, what if you didn't sell? Whose life are you not going to change? Whose life are you not going to impact? The next person you talk to could be the next Isagenix millionaire. Like, what if Tammy was afraid to talk to her sister? Her sister turned her down as probably as much as I did, right? Like, what if you don't talk to that next person and offer that solution? That person could change so many people's lives, including yours. Stop making it about you, lean into the sale, and love it.
Yes.
Okay, can you hear me? I get the privilege of welcoming up a beautiful woman. She has been through so much this year, and she never backs down. I'm not going to share a whole lot about her because she's going to share her story with you, but this woman has blessed my life in droves. I did not enroll her. She's in my downline because I care about the people that are underneath, the people that are underneath, and I'm digging and I'm constantly loving on people. I was introduced to this beautiful woman who has changed my life. She's changed my life. Daisy, come on.
Truly blessed my life, and it's such an honor to be up here speaking. And I want to thank all of you leaders that have gone before us to really show us all the way you've poured into us so much today. Are you able to hear me now?
I had it on my phone.
Okay, can I So I want to thank Nicole for asking me to speak today. It's quite an honor to be up here. And I want to thank all of you amazing leaders that have gone before us, because truly you are such a gift to all of us, and really we appreciate each and every one of you. So I'm Stacey Evans. I'm 59 years old. I'm married to the love of my life, who's sitting right here taking pictures of me. His name is Pete Evans, and he's an insurance agent. And we have a great love story, so sometime if you have time, I'd love to tell it, but I only have 3 minutes today, so I don't have time to tell it. But we dated years ago. We dated when I was in high school, and we dated for 3 years. We asked me to marry him. I said no. We both went our separate ways and married other people, and then actually got back together after 13 years. Before Isagenix, we had a beautiful life, We have 2 amazing, healthy, beautiful boys. And I was a stay-at-home mom. I was lucky enough to be a stay-at-home mom, and it truly was a blessing in our lives. And I was that mom that took our kids everywhere. I was taking them to the mall, taking them to school, picking them up from school. I was at their sporting events. I was everywhere with them. Our house was a happy house. It was a house where everyone gathered all the time. And then, is there any other empty nest moms out there? So, when they left to go away to college, it was the hardest time I've ever been through in my life, because for 20 years, that's all I'd known. What to do is how to be a mom. How am I going to go back out into the workforce? I'm 50-some years old. What am I going to do? I don't have a college degree. And it was a hard time for me. And my life went spiraling down. It went spiraling down. I was stuffing my emotions. I was eating food. I was laying on the couch. I was watching news 24/7. And I was really sad, really sad. And then that's when the economy hit. And we went into major debt. Major debt. We had 2 boys in school in New York City. And my husband had a fabulous job, but if you can imagine, college loans in New York City are a ton of money. And it was really hard for us. Really hard. We were sometimes living on $200 every 2 weeks. And it was really difficult. And then I ran into a girlfriend of mine, Lindsay Morton, and she said, Stacey, you've got to try this amazing system. And she said, you can still have pizza too every once in a while. And I was like, yes, okay, I can eat pizza too. And it took me 6 months, you guys, 6 months to say yes. And I finally said yes. And I lost 55 pounds in 8 days. My boys are thriving, one in New York City, one in LA. They are both into TV and film. My husband and I have downsized to a smaller home, and we are absolutely loving it. And I love being an empty nest mom now, because my husband and I have such a great love story, and I love him so much. And I love going on date nights with him, and I don't need those kids anymore. What I'm most excited about, and this sounds really weird, you guys, but in June, I was diagnosed with breast cancer. And I'm good. It cost how empowering that is for a 59-year-old woman. So I'm forever grateful to Isagenix. I've been doing it for 2 years, November 1st. I have enrolled over 100 people the first year that I started, and I will share this for the rest of my life. So thank you, Isagenix, for changing my to welcome back Wendy Proia. Proia. Dang it! She is incredible. You guys, we have an Isagenix millionaire in the house. Presenting to you. Stand up, really show you. She's going to show you how to do it.
Cal, am I on? Can you guys hear me yet? No. All right. Okay, so now you can, right? Yeah? Did I do this?
There we go.
Okay, so just really quick, I know you guys are probably all tired, and if you haven't had your e-shot, take it now, okay? This is not the time to fall asleep. You got it? No e-shot? Share, okay, share the shot, but everybody's already had their shots, I can tell you that. I saw everybody. Okay, but if you haven't, do it now. Okay, so just a couple of things really quick, because I want to make sure that we get out on time. Number one thing is, today we are doing a drawing for anybody in here that buys their New Year's kickoff ticket today. You just bring your little phone back there and you show them that you bought it. You're going to get entered into the drawing. Right now we have 2 tickets in that drawing. So you're going to get a free one to bring somebody with you. So if you haven't bought your New Year's kickoff ticket, buy it today, and you'll be entered, and you'll probably have a really good chance of getting another one, okay? So everybody do that. If you do it, go back to Cal, and he'll add you into that small little club of people. Okay? Awesome. How many of you guys did not get a drawing ticket? Everybody should have got 1 ticket when they came in. So we're going to do a drawing for other things today. So if you did not get a ticket, go back to Cal and get your ticket. Everybody should have 1 ticket, okay? So just do that while I'm talking, I'm good. So I'm going to get to the good stuff in a minute. You're going to be back in your seat. Okay, so just really quick. Okay, I want to make sure that you guys understand really what we have in our hands. So you've heard so many things today about how to build your business. And if I told you, and if I guaranteed you that you would make, let's just give it a number, you know, by the end of this time next year, you would be making $10,000 a month, guaranteed. But you have to do everything I say. Would you do it if it was guaranteed? Raise your hand.
Yes.
Okay. How many of you guys are doing everything that they talked about today?
Honestly, are you doing your follow-up? Have you targeted your avatar? Are you telling your story to everybody you see? Are you closing that sale? How many of you guys are honestly doing that every single day and being consistent? Raise your hand. Of course, Trudy Eagles. I love her. She makes crazy money, and that's why, okay? So, and I just want to congratulate her. She's right here in the audience with all of you guys, and she is killing it. I mean, she's another Isagenix millionaire, and she did it in a very short amount of time, so congratulations, Trudy. So, I can't give you that guarantee, but if you take this seriously, you can do this. If I can do this, you can do this, okay? So there's a lot of people up here, you saw everybody's different personalities. It doesn't matter your background, anybody can do this, okay? So, also, we don't like to make income claims because it does make your efforts are your results. Can you guys all understand that, right? So when I show you some numbers today, is it possible to get those numbers? Yes. But not everybody will do it, right? Because it's all about what you put into it. So that's just really the disclaimer I want to say, because I just want you to know that it's there. It's there for you, and you can make this money. So don't go to sleep, okay? We have some exciting things even after this, and then we're going to close it out. All right, here we go. So what I'm going to do first of all is kind of go through some of the upfront money that we can make, because I think that's really important for people that are starting off to have that upfront money, right? And then it kind of switches over once you start building a team and duplication happens to what we call back-end money, and that's the residual income. So I'm going to go through some basic stuff, but I don't do anything slow. I talk fast. You're going to have to stay up with me, okay? Here we go. All right, I just like that picture. Okay. So we get paid 3 ways, and I'm sure all of you guys know this: daily, weekly, and monthly. So I'm going to give examples of this as we go. 6 ways to make money: retail profits, product introduction bonuses, and we say PIBs, would love acronyms, rank advanced bonuses, or an RIB, team bonuses, those are our cycles, okay, and that's the residual. This is all matching team bonus, and I'm going to talk about what that is. Some of you may not know. And of course, different promotions, okay, that we have going on. So I'll go through some examples of this. So just first of all, just residual income. Basically, we have point value associated. So every single product we have has that point value, okay? So we have business volume for your entire team, but when it's your own order, we say PV, which is personal volume, okay? So I just want to make sure everybody's on the same page. And when we say active status, that means that you order every 30 days or earlier, okay? So I'll tell you a little bit about that too. At least 100 points of business volume. So here we go with some auto ship rewards. These are just some basic things I'm going to go over really quick. An order every 30 days, you qualify for pricing. Really, on your patch, you get awesome discounts. It allows you to hold team volume, and this is exciting. I'm going to show you examples of this. Your annual membership fee is, you save $10 on that. And then you take advantage of different promotions like PIBs, double PIBs, things like that we have. And then, of course, when you participate in the Ice Body Challenge, they actually do drawings and stuff like that, so that if you're on off ship and you're doing your monthly minimum, and I believe it's in the 4 months, 500 BB, right? So you have to have like on average 125 BB a month just to make sure that you get your $200 certificate. All right, so get everybody on auto ship, and then this is obvious, right? Everybody has their own retail website when you guys join Isagenix. So you have a couple ways, right? You can sign up as a customer and just be a customer, but once you activate your associate, you have a website, okay? So somebody goes to your website, it happens all the time to me, and they buy it, you get the difference, but guess what? You don't have to do anything. Isagenix pays you, they give them the product, it's awesome. So no more selling out of the trunk of your car. Those are old days. A lot of people in here don't even know what that is, because I'm so much older, I guess. Okay. Okay, here we go. So I want to talk a little bit about the PIB. And the fact that if you enroll 2 or more people in 1 week, Isagenix doubles that. Okay, it's a promotion that they keep renewing, but it is a promotion. So you have to make sure that's in the calendar week. So I want to make sure that everybody knows what that is. So I put a visual up here. So if you enroll somebody on Wednesday and then you enroll somebody on Tuesday, that's actually less than a week, correct? But that would not give double PIBs. It has to be within the Isagenix calendar week, which starts Monday and ends Sunday. So this is a great example of that. So because we make a lot of our money in our upfront money, our brand new people, and we show them how to double their money or triple. I mean, it's crazy amounts of money you can make in just your product introduction bonuses. All right, and so these are some of the packs that we double. These are all the packs actually. So you've got our getting started packs. in every single system that we have, like the energy and the health aging, the experience Isagenix pack, health and longevity system 30 days. So these are all of our packs, okay? So clearly you can see the amount we double. So today I'm going to give you examples of the value pack. So just so you guys know, the value pack is the $100 PIP. All right, and then the daily pay that I talked about. So if you enrolled somebody today with a premium pack, a value pack, or an ultimate pack, you get paid tomorrow. So if you guys enroll somebody on a Friday, you paid Monday, but basically you get paid the next day. I don't know how many companies do that. So that, to me, that's pretty awesome. And I know a lot of people in here, that's all they enroll are value packs. So it's pretty exciting. All right, so who can earn double pay? So you just basically, anybody that orders and is on AutoShip can get it. Okay, so that's the key. If you're in here and you want to earn income, you need to be on AutoShip. Because if you're not on AutoShip, why would anybody in your team be on AutoShip, right? How many of you guys are on AutoShip? I saw a few people on it. Unless you're just tired, but that's not right. Okay, so here we go. We build 2 teams in Isagenix, okay? So the power of 2, you build 2 sales teams, a right and a left. And we have an amazing binary plan, which we pay unlimited depth. So I want to make sure you guys really understand that. My goal is to have you not be able to sleep tonight because you're going to see these numbers in your head and you're going to be like, oh my God. Okay? So it's so different than a lot of other compensation plans at Unilevel. There's all kinds of plans out there. This is the most stable and the best. Okay, so you earn cycles. That's the residual income on your entire group. $54 a cycle, okay? So that doesn't sound like a lot, but I'm going to show you examples. How many people have cycled at least one time in this room? Raise your hand. Yes! Give yourself a hand. That's amazing, okay? All right, here we go. We get paid on all our reorders. You know what we all want to do? We want to become professional cyclers. What do you do for a living? I'm a professional cycler. Would you like to really say that? It's awesome, right? So that's what Jimmy Smith says. He goes, I'm a professional cycler. And he's like, how old is Jimmy now? 90? So crazy. It's awesome. You go to sleep, you wake up, you cycled. Didn't even know. All right, and it calculates daily, so it's always calculating for you. And again, your annual membership fee pays for all of this. You don't have to run that part of your business, which is so awesome. How many people in here have ever started their own business? Can you make the amount of money you can make in Isagenix in your first year in business? Usually, how much did you start your business for, Trudy? You started a business? No, like when did you say you started a business? You started a business before?
It was $6,000 to $10,000.
Crazy, right? And people think nothing of doing that, of spending, but when you say you can, start your business for less than $1,000, they're like, ooh. And then you get to eat it, right? It's ridiculous, isn't it? I mean, it's and you write it off because it's a business. It's crazy. So it's really amazing what we have here. All right, so we pay weekly. Let me talk a little bit about what you can earn maxing out your first business center. You can make over $13,000 in a week. When I heard that, I was like, what? But then you can double it because if you're an executive, you can double that, okay? So they pay you that 10% match. I'm going to tell you what all that is. So I just want you to sit on that. I mean, it's probably something you could live on, right? That's crazy money. That's why we do the income claim. This is available to everybody. I know Trudy's doing this and more, right? There's a lot of people in this room that are close, they're maxing out their business, and this is something that is open to all of us. You just have to make that decision. All right, so now we have the executive reentry. So when I say unlimited income potential, I mean that because what happens in most companies is they say, okay, you can build it again because you've maxed it. Once you hit that 13,500, which is 250 cycles a week, you would be done in most companies. But we let you not enroll another business center at the bottom. We let you enroll yourself, and we let you put it in between your next center and your sponsor. So it benefits your sponsor, and it totally benefits you. So it's what we call our re-entry. And I know Trudy has her re-entry, so she's experiencing that. Awesome. All right, so you can have an additional we've got people in this company that have blown through 3-4 businesses, okay? So it is possible, okay? No limit, no limit. All right, so here's our rank advancement bonuses. Now, a lot of you guys, how many of you guys have experienced at least one of these bonuses? Raise your hand. Isn't this amazing? When I got started 11 years ago, they didn't have that. And they didn't have double PIBs. So I'm like, this is amazing that we have rank advancement.